Wasn't he a Guardian?
Well, he was a Red Jack. I mean, he was a Red Jack, but I don't understand. So I guess I kind of do EXO, but then again, oh, don't yawn. You right, Doug? Yay.
I'm just focusing on this public event. I got no idea what it is.
Bogus. Just randomly
Duck,
bogus.
me, Doggy, and Liam went through that Vox mission. Yeah, got it done. Yeah. It kind of sucks though, because it's timed. Like all the way. Yeah, yeah. You got the grenade launcher.
Hey. Nice, 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 nice.
Nah, it's an exotic. And it's like the hard light and Borealis. You can change by holding reload. You can change its damage archetype.
Wait, what?
And it does like it does 3 flames on the ground, and they can be of any archetype as well. It could be all three of them one, or it could be 2 arc and void or something like that, where it can be all 3. Yeah, sure.
Oh, what's this? Report of a unique lucent moth in the quagmire.
Yeah, that's the glowing hive. If you kill them, they're part of like a weekly mission as well.
This is interesting. I've just found them lying around. Just found those bits of paper lying around.
Yeah, they just pop up. Mate, you know how you guys were going for the Scions in that bit with the tank? When we got there, I was like, no, let's take the tank and the 2 interceptors. Let's just go after their tanks, and we destroyed their. Like, me and Doggy on the interceptors concentrated on one tank. Liam concentrated on the other tank with the tank. So he destroyed his tank before we got ours down, but ours was already 2/3 to 3/4 down. So he literally took 1-2 shots at it and then went down. And then you have to destroy the towers, and there are generators. Again, you have to use vehicles. The shields that are protecting it are only damageable by do more damage by shield. Yeah, vehicles. So Liam's just there in the tank, just fucking destroying all the towers, and yeah, got them all done with like 1.5 still left on the clock. Didn't even have to worry about the signs. Yeah. Yeah, it was fine. We had the glaives, the only unstoppables, so that's it. So we all had the glaives out, and we just charged them down, and they die pretty quick once you stun them. Once you get the unstoppable glaive perk, well, that's what I had. Yeah, for sure. It's actually really quick, which really surprises, because there's a second time that you get 8 minutes to do, and that's inclusive of the boss fight, and you have to do it all in 8 minutes. And yeah, we did it with probably the same amount, about 1.5 to 2 minutes left, and we took our time. We weren't rushing it. The last room it gets a bit difficult because of the bloody turrets that spawn in the middle in every direction. So it's like shit. You gotta hide, take them out, and then you gotta go for the ads. Yeah, it is, but generally I don't think any of us had that sort of weaponry equipped because of all of the smaller ads, smaller than anything, and it was fun, but you can get close enough and you can still destroy it. So, and we got it done. So. Yeah, that's it. That was good. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look too bad, eh? I actually quite like the look of it. Looks like a bit of a spacey sort of cowboy barrel, like shotgun, but it's grenade launcher. Ah, really? Oh, you can get a it's got a catalyst as well.
What's it? What is
Yeah,
this? What sort of weapon? Hold on. I'm just gonna inspect you.
the new grenade launcher, energy grenade launcher.
Do you have equipped? Do you have it equipped?
Yeah,
A dead messenger. Yes. Oh, the fundamentals. Nice.
patterns and catalysts. Here we go.
Doesn't look like it.
This one? No, definitely not. There's never been anything like it. Yeah, looks like they haven't released the catalyst for it yet, but it's got a slot for one. Yeah, we got a raid. No, I think that's the raid we're talking about. Looks good.
Ballyhoo Mark 27.
Hi, Baba. Did you fall asleep? You did? Oh, you woke up. You fell asleep watching TV in your bed, didn't ya? You got very
Ha.
comfortable in the rain. Sounded nice and relaxing. And you thought, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a minute. And then an hour or so later, here you are. Hey, Baba.
Huh. Duck.
Even with the kids jumping around and going spastic in there, you still managed to get...
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Oh, did you want your water up there? That's right, I was meant to get you water. You asked for it too, I'm sorry. I brought it this far. There you
Hey,
go,
Duck.
over there.
Duck.
Where are you going? Hey.
Can you help me with the campaign, please? Uh, just
It's
say.
definitely easier solo. Especially the last mission. The boss
Oh
fight's
my
so much easier solo.
god. Okay, I'll try it again. Solo. Not that I was already doing
Because
that, but okay.
when you add people, it stacks. They take less damage, like they get tankier. So if you got the right weapons, it should be. You keep moving around, you should be able to. Whoa, look at it! That looks sick. In your hands, that looks sick. The way it looks, the barrel and everything.
Hmm.
Mm.
No. No. Yeah. Trinity Ghoul, should you use that?
That was Paul Serres with the sport. You're listening to Weekend from the BBC World Service.
Yeah, if you got the galley, that's a must.
Red herring.
Just
Well,
because of
that's
the wolf
severely
background.
underlight.
This is the BBC World Service. Join us for compelling stories which reveal how birds can warn us of environmental change.
Okay, should I not change my secondary weapon? Oh, I've got a checkpoint. Alright, I'll try and see.
If you've got like weakened grenades, it's very good. It's like the old particle deconstruction. Connor, what did I say?
subwords.
Yeah, I've got a checkpoint for this.
bbcworldservice.com.
The Rally Banner, sir.
From the BBC World Service, still to come,
Ooh,
European nations
what's
announce
this?
new sanctions.
I'm dying.
Will they have any impact on President Putin's
Have you got the banner? Oh
We
god,
hear
you're moving.
historians' take on Europe's greatest security dilemma for decades
This way.
and 72 hours of war. How are ordinary Ukrainians coping? That's all coming up for you here on Weekend with me, Anna Holligan. First, a summary of world
No.
events.
Half the time I actually get worse to this. Okay.
Russian forces targeted Ukrainian oil and gas facilities in different parts of the country as the war entered a fourth day. A Russian rocket hit an oil terminal in Vasilkiv, 30 kilometers southwest of the capital Kyiv. In the east, invading Russian forces blew up a natural gas pipeline
Yes.
within Ukraine's
I got it pretty quick the last time.
Western coalition, including the US, the European Union, Canada, and Britain, has decided to cut off some Russian banks from the SWIFT interbank payment system. EU Commission Chief Ursula von der
Oh, come on.
Leyen said the aim was to
I know that was a bit too flat, but come on.
ability to finance its war machine. The SWIFT system said it is looking into the details of the entity being affected.
Did that miss him? Did that actually miss him?
In a major shift in policy, the German
Why is it not? Oh, it's on a delayed timer, isn't it? Oh.
to Ukraine. Germany has also dropped some restrictions on German
Haha, that's right. I know.
SpaceX billionaire Elon Musk has deployed his Starlink satellite activity following the disruption caused by the Russian invasion. Elon Musk made the announcement on his Twitter page in response to a request from the Ukrainian
We
Deputy
should-
Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov. Former American President Donald Trump has condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine and said Ukraine shortly before Russia began its invasion. The president described Vladimir
That's why I'm using a void weapon.
In other news, the Japanese Defense Ministry says that it has tested what is believed to be a
What? How did you die? Where's the thing?
If confirmed, this will be Japan's eighth missile launch so far this year.
Hold on, grabbing ammo.
And you're listening to Weekend from the BBC World Service with me, Anna Holligan, and I'm delighted to now introduce you to our guests on
Oh shit.
today. Olga Oliker is Program Director for Europe and Central Asia for the International Crisis Group, a think tank. She is in Brussels. And here in the studio with me, Ursia Stevich, Head of Ukraine.
I'm stuck on the floor.
House. British.
Do you guys want to watch a movie or something in our room?
First of all,
Do you guys want to watch a movie or something in our room? Like,
Your colleague asked me, how do you feel? And how do you feel when I think of
Oh dear. I'm on fire. Not the good kind. Not the good kind.
we are waking up, praying to Emilia, because I think that what has happened in the heart of the European continent today is the new world being reformed and the rules of that new world, where the countries still can
Yeah.
be sovereign, still can protect
Hello, big bozos.
uh,
They didn't take any
Huh?
damage. What the hell?
the community are decided, and Ukrainians have really
Yeah, they didn't take any damage. What the hell?
died to protect that.
Yeah, I'm not using my rocket launcher on that.
what do you make of what we're seeing?
Oh, what the hell? Oh,
no, I said you're all watching a movie. That's what I said. Literally.
I know. I'm
So put
stuck.
something on that you will all want to watch, Connor. Not just
Oh,
something
wow.
you want, something that they will like and agree to as well.
Thank you. Gonna get across to the other side.
Perhaps of the Ukrainians themselves, and it's wonderful, and it is it's inspiring. But we're also seeing Moscow, which has, especially
Probably not the best way. Whatever.
some pains to try to avoid civilian casualties. I think there's a real risk that everything
No, actually, that entire thing was the part that I got stuck on.
candy flowers. borders.
Oh my god.
Were greeted with Molotov cocktails and anti-tank weapons, and it's they are responding by bringing more.
No, I don't have upgrade modules. I
So
need
this is far from over.
We're very grateful to have your expertise
pardon me.
program today. It's just after 8
Dave, that means you need to be quiet.
Sunday in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The situation is very tense. Curfews in place until Monday, and residents around midnight were warned to expect a bombardment.
No, it's just gonna go to collections, never mind.
Oil terminal, 30
New adventures available, what? What is this?
News from Brussels this morning will give some hope to Ukrainians. A Western coalition, including the US, the
Yeah.
European Union, Canada,
My postmaster hardly gets filled because I hardly ever do much stuff like that, so.
Ursula von der Leyen aim to cripple President Putin's ability to finance his war machine. We're joined now online by Bettina Davis, bureau chief for the New York Times in Brussels. First of all, could you briefly explain these measures?
Hi, good morning. Of course, there was a big demand for the European Union and its international allies, obviously across the Atlantic as well, to impose measures that would effectively cripple Russia's access to the
If you guys can't easily make a decision together without an argument, you're both getting kicked off the bed and you can both sit on the floor.
not formal methodology, but it permits companies and international banks to remit money across borders.
Oh cool, you're using Ascendancy. Actually, tell me what weapons to equip.
Frozen out of that system.
I can grab them from a thing.
Because of European
That
No,
was
you
wrong.
don't, Connor. You're screaming.
that this measure would cost them more than
Neither of you do. You're all tiny as all hell. There should be plenty of room on the bloody bed for you. It's a bloody king-size bed.
another decision that seems to actually have
If anything, you're all just being fucking ridiculous.
for Russia. The European Union, Canada, and the United States Britain
Blessings your children.
to freeze Russian central bank assets. What does that mean? The Russian central bank has a huge war chest or reserve that's more than $600
Yay.
billion worth.
Xavier, you were told to be quiet.
It needs to be turned into money. Put it simply. The idea here is that if
Duck, tell me what weapons to equip, because I have I can go into my vault from my phone, so.
dollar-denominated bonds or securities, the
Would,
method they've adopted last night means that he can't do that. And the hope is that that will start really squeezing financially. And there was a third type of measure which was really a very big public demand from European
Well, I've seen Sunshot and Graviton Lance aren't very good to choose,
and their
apparently.
members. We all know that
Or are they?
international money that's ill-begotten has really very
It's not that they aren't good to choose. It's just they didn't get like a buff on other ones.
German bank accounts in his name. So the European Union and its partners have decided to basically
Because they got a 40% damage buff.
Let's go with good old Telesto.
Risk runner. The other kinetic one. What's it called again? Not the. What's the other one aside from the risk runner? What's that one with the?
Huckleberry.
Actions from EU
Yes, that's the one.
The first missile hit Ukraine on Thursday. Has there been any reaction in Brussels to Germany's decision to send
Oh, I take that for ads and then take up
supplies in?
range for the others.
I think everyone is pretty stunned, to be honest. That pivot for Germany happened so quickly and so dramatically. They went from really being on the fence and being in favor of, slowly measures to being at the
Yes,
forefront
it would be nice. So you don't have to run out for ammo sometimes in those
for Ukraine.
tight spots. You can just shoot it.
And that's a really important shift for Germany that was very much resisting that. Germany also
Yeah, but it's more like if there's a heavy brick or something like that out there for your
What-
special. Or-
system we were talking about earlier.
What about Lorentz driver?
The biggest country to resist that.
That probably would be pretty good if you land those headshots because it sucks them in and then blows them
It's
all
void.
up, so-
It's void. It follows the new thing, so.
Western attitudes to the conflict, especially for
to say, but the point of
Okay, I'll try with what I've got now, then I'll switch it up.
this as deterrence,
Oh,
right?
okay, I can't jump down there.
Once them, you're imposing punishment.
Oh, it says slideways on it. Is that what's that like? I'll check it.
The whole logic was that
Okay, time to learn how Destiny 2 works.
Russia with really nasty effects if it
So what's this boss fight like?
and then you have to implement those when that deterrence, that threat, failed to
Oh,
do it.
Screeb.
But historically, right, the sanctions themselves, once applied, they very rarely work, and when they do work, they work slowly. Having said that, I will say two things. One, it is absolutely necessary that they be applied. The other is looking at the opposition we've heard from Russia. The reason Russians are opposed to this war isn't the sanctions. It's that they are horrified by what their country is doing. And I think the challenge here is for a lot
Yeah,
of Russians,
I know.
they just don't know. If you're just watching Russian national television, you are told that there's a war just in Donbass, just in East Ukraine, and that Moscow is winning that war, that there are no casualties, that everything's going great. So,
No, I've got an itchy tash.
to be put in place. I also think many Western countries could do a lot more
There isn't many in this, is there?
themselves less safe for Russia in general, not just coming to
Oh boy, guys, you really.
are not very nice.
They're uncoordinated, aren't they?
Certain visceral pleasure, I suppose, from punishing them,
You okay?
but in the grand scheme
They don't
of
want to.
things,
They don't want to play with you. Yeah, they're dickheads. I'm sorry, mate, but they're
to
dickheads.
the Russian people, so you get
Yep.
rally around the flag,
Dickheads.
so they don't think that they're being punished for absolutely no reason.
And Arussia, we've seen President Zelensky has
Okay.
welcomed this change in attitude.
Shouldn't be close.
First, I'd like to disagree with Olga because I don't think sanctions is really a
Okay,
deterrent.
no,
Although
close.
there was a lot of that speak in leading policymaker circles. Deterrence is
Nice,
just
you used the
one
poison thing.
toolbox in the set
Hold
of
on, where is the
consequences
ammo?
chosen.
I'll collect ammo on the way.
But really, sanction is here to inflict cost.
I don't know.
Now we're speaking the truth. So we're all
Did you want some more? Oh, we're there, right there, right there. Your water bottle, right there.
That's why it's
You-
only one
I don't care if you put it in a damn cup.
pillar. Another
You
pillar
don't
is all
bang your cup at me for water when your water bottle's right there.
Ukraine survive at this time of darkness, and so that Ukrainians really don't feel that the world is just observing on the sidelines, because the world will judge today what it is doing for Kyiv.
And have they heard President Zelensky respond?
Well, of course, Ukraine is very happy that the action was taken.
You got it all done. Oh,
Again, inflict
don't tip it.
on Russia to undercut its resources to fund into its military
Dave,
protection. But,
seriously?
honestly, people are very much looking towards
You can clean that up.
how helping Ukraine withstand that assistance.
Now.
That assistance must be urgent, and I am calling urgent assistance
You okay?
to civilians
It's just water. You just wipe it off. Look,
on Ukraine's borders.
it's all gone. I know. Xavier's going to clean it up.
BBC World Service, it's 6
See, pick up your cup,
Oh, sweet mother of
and then
Christ.
you can fill it up with water again.
world underestimates the Russian president's
Oh! Ooh, Duck, that was so close.
invasion of neighboring Ukraine with some of the most seasoned Russian watchers, Olga, Arussia.
So that's like a, oh look at this, it's not,
Many thought President
it's not the right way, so thing. Wow.
Again, good job.
historian Anna Applebaum has
How is this all the way down here?
in Russia closely for decades, and I asked her, how will Putin's war in Ukraine go down in history?
I think this is a real turning point. This is the moment when the assumption that
There's one down here.
had that Europe had escaped from a certain kind of autocracy and dictatorship, that Europe understood
I like that, and you were like, shoot it!
change by force, that one nation can't impose a form of government on another nation. I think we're seeing that that's not true anymore. Russia is seeking to invade, occupy, and change the nature of the Ukrainian government and society.
I like all these new sort of
extreme forms of violence.
What do you think
abilities. Oh, what's this guy?
is he afraid of? It's not just about losing a native battle, is it?
I don't think it really has anything to do with that, actually. Putin sees in
Oh,
Ukraine
choked in the water.
a couple of things. One, he sees a nation that has strived to escape from the
No, pick it up.
that he represents, tried to several times.
You can't do that. You can't attack me when you're in your... Bugger off! Scorn. He was shooting me when he was still in his thing.
Sees that as a rival ideology, one that could unseat him. He too is afraid of democratic street revolutions. He's afraid of being replaced in the way that Ukrainians replaced their autocratic president in 2014, and so he wants to eliminate Ukraine as an example. He's also somebody who is obsessed with, as we've seen in the last few days, his
I'll get him. I'll get you.
strange and erratic interpretation of history, which involves a huge dose of
Alright, oh.
nostalgia, not exactly for the Soviet Union, but for the Soviet Empire. And he wants to reestablish Russia's dominion, Russia's rule in the lands of the
Well, I can turn invisible.
and Ukraine is the most
Connor,
important.
save!
Ukraine was the largest of the Soviet republics. It was the one that was the most
Why is that blanket off our bed again?
and he feels that he wants his legacy to be the
Then put it back on the damn bed!
He said he wants to eliminate
Stop trashing the place and then just leaving it!
will the threat
Clean up your mess!
something even bigger.
If Putin manages to control Ukraine, which I'm afraid would happen with a terrible bloodbath and executions and murders of many people, if he
Oh.
manages to do that,
I got some deep side complete.
distinct and present and immediate threat to the rest of Europe, by which I mean Poland.
That was an overthrow? Yeah, that was definitely an overthrow.
Germany. He once lived in Germany as an occupier. He was in the KGB in Dresden in 1980.
Ah, that was a miss.
There was an enormous Soviet headquarters in East Berlin, and he has, I think, very broad ambitions to unpick the entire post-Cold War settlement, and that means that nothing about modern Europe is safe.
Do you think that
No.
this is a case of history lessons not learned? In one of your most acclaimed books, The Iron Curtain, you detail how communism took over Eastern Europe after World War II and transformed it. Do you see echoes of that?
Yes, I have a very powerful and deep sense of deja vu. I'm
Okay.
afraid that Putin has read the same history that I described in my books. He knows how
Oh, nice. You're wearing Dune marches, are you?
unwanted governments
No, you're wearing the helmet. I'm an idiot.
45. Some of what he's doing
Hell, you can't be wearing Dune marches in that thing.
tactics are the same.
Christ.
He's said to be making lists of people to be arrested and shot. That's exactly what the Soviets did.
Gamble, we all know who's good at that.
East Germany in 1945. That may be the plan today. I think he's very conscious of how Soviet occupation forces worked in the past, and I expect him to do much of the same in the present.
In retrospect, knowing what we know now, what we're
There's one up here.
do you think
There's one up here. I'll get it.
done differently to prevent this invasion?
The West should have been treating Russia differently at least since about 2014.
That might be. Oh, hello. That is the right order. Cool.
And maybe even since the invasion of Chechnya much longer ago. We should have understood
Really?
this important
No particular order.
that it will not hesitate to use violence on its neighbors.
Here's me.
Citizens
Here's me.
never have let Russian money
Here's me thinking you were shooting them in some sort of order.
We should have been prepared with plans to defend ourselves and to defend the democracies in the region a much longer time ago. I think that the deepest
Mhm.
mistake
Can't wait to get the Austria Striga.
understand who is
Like,
Putin,
hell,
what has
please,
become, what was he
give
trying
me.
to make it into. We didn't hear the echoes of 20th century history in the language that he was using, and we refused to see it. It was uncomfortable to see it. We didn't want to see it, and this is the result.
You have been warning recently.
I got invisible because of the too stylish debuff.
What do you think this Ukraine war invasion will do for Putin and other autocrats? Do you think it will be galvanizing, rallying cry for others like him?
I can't predict that now because everything depends on what happens, and I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you how this will end. It's certainly the case that if he's successful in that he manages to end the war with a permanent occupation, or one that of course will never be permanent but will be semi-permanent, then at the very least he will encourage other countries to do the same.
Whoa.
China and
That was my fault. I was focusing on the same side as you.
of states who envy or desire some territory in neighboring states, it will look like a green light for other countries.
Oh my god, Duck. Oh my. That is terrifying. What I saw behind you is terrifying. Wait,
This is where the brutality
which way?
of what KGB regime in power in a country that has nuclear weapons and unlimited access to finance its military modernization is Chechnya, Georgia, Crimea.
Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Your burning mall goes so far. It's this entire drawbridge, dude.
Where the playbook KGB and very dangerous Soviet nostalgia drives Putin and recently
Yep.
isolated his ivory tower to take tragic decisions for Ukraine, tragic decisions for Russia, tragic decisions for Europe. So we should not be complacent. There will be no half measures this time. This is absolutely
And one of the big concerns I was reading, it's not necessarily going the way
Very
they
good.
anticipated.
There's an orb.
Fight back is
Ah,
taken
you-
by surprise, and then the concern is that they
I need ammo.
crucial
Okay, so I'm just gonna get it another way.
Yeah, I have a chart here, Ukraine, because
Guardian,
we
Ghost.
talked about how surprising it is. In Chatham House, we always say Ukraine will resist. Not only will it mount a strong armed forces resistance, but also wide society.
Do you have to do anything before?
obedience, subversion.
There's a rally banner right here.
I have here a chart that says
It's okay, let's just play it out.
join armed forces to repel aggression. That
Fair enough.
that Ukraine woke up today to a shock of
Whee!
brutality, and they will take arms to defend their families, women, children, communities, cities. And remember, Ukraine is now a nation of cities. It's a decentralized country. You cannot take control from the top like Putin
Okay.
subjugate the country. The independent Kharkiv, Odessa, Lviv, Chernihiv, the
Yes.
will hold Russians out of
Yeah, let's go.
Ukrainian territory.
Olga, how will you be teaching this to your students who teach contemporary Russian foreign policy?
Behind door number 1 is this dickhead.
Is about
Oh my god, already taking damage.
its neighborhood. And
I'm gonna try and take out.
a lot of aggression, I think. Anne is completely correct that Putin has this vision that goes back to Russian Empire, right, from before the Soviet Union, of Russia's role in the world, of Russia as a Eurasian power. It's a lot of different theories all mixed up. And what we've had is an evolution over time
Yep.
of these independent countries since the collapse of the Soviet Union, which took place, this being 30 years ago. We've had a generation. These are independent countries, and they
Yes. Hey, it's just like Vogue.
less comfortable with being
Go to the
tied to Russia, but Ukraine has made it very clear at this point that it does not want to be a Russian
Alright.
ally. So the question now is Russia's desires and reality, they don't match. And Russia's favorite tool that Russia has chosen, the tool that Russia this recently seems to have thought is the most effective one in its toolbox, is the military tool. Russia's not the only country that's doing this. Let me be clear.
Right.
Russia's certainly doing this.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm crouching. Oh, sugar. Oh, bugger, 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 bugger.
One of the real questions is what happens, what happens if he succeeds at great cost? If they succeed at great cost, what happens if they fail?
And that's actually what we're going to be talking
Okay,
about
wipe.
a bit later in the program, so hold that thought, because we want to go to our next tape, because if you spoke to a Ukrainian a week ago and asked whether they were stressed about a Russian invasion, many would have told you they've been living with that threat actually for many years, and then
Well, half the time that you,
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky appeared on TV to appeal
half the time when you say it, don't be here, I'm actually trying to figure out how to work it. I'm not trying to like be here. I'm trying to go at a pace where that my mind agrees with.
Russian leadership has approved its step forward into the territory of another country. This step could be the beginning of a big war on the European continent. The whole world is talking about what can happen from day to day. The
Me.
risk may arise at any time, any provocation.
And of course, we now know it proved futile. Natalia Gameniuk is a journalist in Kiev. She's been telling us what the past 72 hours have been like for her.
After all the months of warnings that Kiev could be attacked and the whole country waited, I think till the Russian citizens that basically won this war, that the war is over, we watched, and it was quite clear that, yeah, yes, we start the invasion. And maybe 15 minutes after
Oh, yes, the music's nice.
there was something like
Mm.
chatting with our friends, Kharkiv, and they said like,
Oh, no.
yeah, shall we? And then there were messages from other people. People just were very angry. Try to organize, try to understand what to do, to pack, for what, if we need to go somewhere. But the streets were calm, and during the first day, the subway was working still. It became different the next day when there was the Nazi morning attack on Kiev. It was just for us all so reminiscent to the start of the Second World War, because Kiev has been bombed by Hitler. That was our biggest war with the third.
Oh, no, 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 no. Ah!
And
I was trying to latch on. Fuck's sake.
because we thought that it should be in history, not now. So the call of the Russian president, the Ukrainian army,
Keep moving.
surrender was just so laughable. I don't even need to release
Alright, I'll go over to the other side. Or should I help here?
them sending troops here. That's how
Ah!
the army fighting us is just so mighty.
Fucking swallows. Swathes. Fucking hell.
Since it started, there is a strong resistance, there is a strong resistance. It can't just be,
There are swathes of them.
it can't be a most
Wait, this is a warden. Oh no.
can't overtake the town. But it's true that sooner or later the town will be
Alright.
encircled. And no, I'm not afraid.
Hold on, let me
I'm afraid there would be
do.
too many
Let me do.
casualties. I don't feel like powerless, because I know that I'm not alone.
Hold on, let me
I feel
configure
like I'm
stuff.
not doing enough. You don't really understand what exactly you could do to stop this.
Alicia, I mean, that must resonate with you. You have a daughter in Ukraine. Briefly, how does it feel?
So, my daughter is in Lviv right now with my mom, and
Alright,
actually
ready?
The Lviv is swollen by
Hold on,
people
hold on,
arriving, trying
hold on,
to
hold
leave.
it,
There's,
hold it.
of course, a strong
Just a
emotional
minute.
fear. She
Well, less than a
told
minute, a few
Spectre
seconds.
This morning, I feel sad and frustrated
Hold
with
on,
my life.
hold
I must have
on,
made some
hold
wrong
on.
choices in 2014. Had I been closer to
Alright,
the
done.
army, I could have been so much more helpful.
I'll go to the right, you go to the left, you're going to the left, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Time. Stay with us. I'm really grateful.
I jump back, no, jump forward.
In the studio, and of course, we have Olga Oliker, Program Director for Europe and Central Asia in Brussels. Do stay with us. You're listening to Weekend on the BBC World Service. With me, Anna Hardigan.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to move around the thing, but then it doesn't let me. Arr! I can't bloody move on this thing.
This is the story of the riverman. Attached to the body is a card with the words, "Convicted spy, let others beware, Ireland." Catholic Irishman killed by another Irishman illustrates the complexity of the revolutionary struggle and its conflicting loyalties.
Riverman at bbcworldservice.com/documentaries.
No, you can't get me, can you? Haha. Idiot.
We're hearing from a top professor of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, an internationally respected expert in engineering and energy, whose research came to a crashing halt when he was falsely suspected of sharing secrets with China. He's not the only one.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Pardon me. Aye.
BBC World Service is 7 hours GMT. You're listening to Weekend with me, Anna Hardigan. Coming up, Ukraine wakes up to the fourth day of
Oh my god, this is worse. This is more annoying than a kid.
city, Kharkiv. As the EU announces new sanctions against Russia, do they have the power to destabilize President Putin's military ambitions? And with Belarus dragged into the invasion by its president, we speak to the opposition leader in exile.
What? I was invisible.
I think that we crossed historical moment. I want to express solidarity with
I guess I shouldn't have popped my head. Yeah.
you fight for your freedom, but also
Try that next time.
That's all coming up here on Weekend.
BBC News. Hello, I'm Tom Watts. Russian forces have targeted Ukrainian oil and gas facilities in different parts of the country. As the war enters a fourth day, a Russian rocket hit an oil terminal in Vasilkiv, 30 kilometers southwest of the capital. James Waterhouse is in Kiev.
For now, the centre of Kiev is quiet, maybe down to fighting elsewhere, and the curfew stretching from last night to tomorrow morning. Thousands have once again spent the night underground. Off the surface, there are soldiers as well as armed volunteers patrolling and mapping checkpoints. Some are nervous. The city's mayor says anyone seen on the streets will be considered a Russian saboteur. In nearby Massigliv, huge flames billow out of an oil depot after authorities say it was hit by a Russian rocket. There are worries about the toxic fumes. This Russian invasion is going into a fourth day. In Kiev, the advance seems to be stalling on the edges of
Okay, that blast goes quite far. I'm not... Oh no! The boss right there.
also Moscow their troops in order to move in from all directions, and Vladimir Putin being denied his predicted quick victory. This is a city bracing itself for more shelling and gunfire.
In the east, invading Russian forces blew up the natural gas pipeline in Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv. The head of the regional administration said Russian light vehicles had entered the city and fierce fighting was taking place. A Western
Yeah.
coalition, including the US, the European Union, Canada, and
Wish I got him earlier.
decided to cut off some Russian banks from the SWIFT interbank
I'm gonna
system.
deploy a rocket.
Reports
Yeah.
from Brussels.
You know these rockets that I use, that I have? They're on a delayed timer. So, when it gets back there, shoot one. It's gonna get him. Yep. Ah, he's invulnerable. What do we do next?
Aiming to destroy Ukraine. But what he's also doing, in fact, is destroying the future of his own country.
To prevent the Kremlin from financing its war effort, Ursula von der Leyen
Oh,
said
no,
Russia's
I don't know.
central bank would be targeted, and a number of other Russian banks removed from SWIFT, the global financial
Well,
transaction
I'm
network.
all out of luck.
Despite their
No, I'm not.
constant
Oh,
Russia
God.
and reliance on gas
Okay,
supplies, Germany
I can see.
and Hungary now say they agree with the move. And in what the German Chancellor called a watershed
There's
moment,
probably one behind them.
also announced it would be sending arms directly to Ukraine. Germany has traditionally been very wary of involvement in military conflicts because of its role in the Second World War. But as the violence in Ukraine worsens, the German government has
Okay, now I'm
come under
stuck.
huge pressure at home and
I'm not
abroad
stuck.
to take action. Neither Germany
Move, roll over. No. Oh, no, my God. Mein Gott.
Kiev has changed
What the hell? Why did I say that for?
World News.
No, that's not where I wanted to be.
Will block Russian airlines from German airspace. The announcement by
This guy.
becomes the latest European country to do so in response to Russia
Oh,
Ukraine. Earlier, Estonia also announced a ban with the two other Baltic states preparing to stand. Anti-war activists in Russia have called on people to protest against Moscow's invasion. In another development, Ukraine has welcomed proposals by Azerbaijan and Turkey to hold peace talks. Jenny Hill is in Moscow.
In a short statement, the Kremlin said that Vladimir Putin had spoken to the Azerbaijani leader about what it describes as its
no, no, no. I was stuck. I was stuck on the thing.
by Azerbaijan and Turkey to hold peace talks. But there's no suggestion at this stage that the increasingly isolated President Putin intends to participate.
Okay, so there's a guy around there.
It's been contradictory and confusing in recent days. President Putin had signaled he was ready to negotiate with Ukraine, but then described its
Do you not see the grey square? Do you not see the grey square? He's around there. There's an enemy there. Is he able to get? Is he able to get shot at? Yes, he is.
Tusk made the announcement on his Twitter page in response to a tweet from the Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister
Oh.
Mikhailo Fedorov asking him directly for his service.
That was nearly me there.
Have become worse in southern and eastern parts of Ukraine, which have seen the
I'm on the same thing as you.
BBC News.
It's 7:06 GMT. Good to have you with us on Weekend from the BBC World Service with me, Anna Holligan, and our guest.
No, jump the other way.
Fast-moving story throughout the program. Olga Oliver, program director.
Ah, that's good anyway. So,
Central Asia.
I've got more rockets.
Think tank. She's in Brussels, and Aristia
Where is he?
the head of the Ukraine Forum, Russia and
Oh, there he is.
Eurasian program at Chatham House, British think tank. Aristia is currently in the studio.
Yay!
Two women experts on the region, now the centre of international attention. Olga, to you, did you expect
I'm gonna get that.
what happened?
Look, as Russia built up to some 200,000 forces around Ukraine's border, it was really difficult, in my view, to make the case that they weren't willing to use them. I think there was a lot of wishful thinking involved in everybody saying, well, not everybody, obviously, but in the rhetoric that it was a bluff. It was also very much Russia's rhetoric, right? That Western countries...
Oh, I didn't pick up the chest thing.
...releasing intelligence, saying that Russia had plans, that Russia was going to do this, that this was all hysteria, this was just exercise.
I have now, and I'm coming to get it. Whatever the thing it is.
For my part, I thought it was very probable. I did think it could potentially be averted.
It's a win! Ah, look at it. Oh my god.
I will say that knowing something is going to happen, right? This is not the first war we have watched
Whoa.
take shape and then take
Ah, just got blood. Oh, no.
So in my professional career, knowing something
No, but I know what it's from.
make it easier when it happens, and
Ah!
people you know suffer
Okay, I better jump down. This is not... Ah, don't jump me backwards.
that you knew there was a really substantial risk that this was going to be the case. And it certainly doesn't
That's
make it
100.
for them.
I'm thinking of summer 2021 when Putin wrote that long 5,000-word essay. That was the declaration of war.
There, eat this.
And this is how
It's a meal, what the hell?
interpreted Snyder was
Oh, I did some damage at least.
that we should not engage with this narrative. It's like having a zoologist in a butcher shop trying to analyze animals.
Please tell me that didn't do... I did that for nothing.
What happened, and I think in Ukraine people were prepared for the
Okay, so apparently linear fusion rifles don't do anything.
Ukraine, but this
Oh, there we are.
ah! Almost a million items with
Ha, ha, ha.
But I think what we observed between December and today
Nope.
is that the Russian technology, the trusted Russian leadership tells lies. And if you go back to the time saying we will de-escalate just exercises,
Why did it go immune so quick?
everything will be back to normal.
Oh my god.
Troops in our territory. This is, I think, the warning signs today. Russia
Huh?
trusted with dealing with very dangerous situation.
It's just after 9 a.m. local time on Sunday in Ukraine.
Let me guess, it's different from it.
Situation very tense. Curfews in place until Monday. Residents around midnight were
What is it doing? What is it doing? Oh, it's spawning in enemies. God.
Fucking
Fucking damn it.
Hit an oil terminal 30 kilometers southwest of the city. Reports a 6-year-old boy was killed in crossfire in
Oh, hello.
the eastern part of the city. He would be the youngest casualty known so far. The UN says there have been at least 240 civilian casualties, including at least 64 deaths in the country so far. The capture of Kiev is the strategic ambition of the invading Russian forces. So, how far have they come in the past 72 hours? We can speak now to Dr. Jack Warsling, research fellow
And it's back. Of course it is.
at the Royal United Services Institute here in London. What are you hearing from Kiev?
The situation in Kiev is getting more serious as more and more Russian forces
Ah.
on the outskirts of the city. We are seeing an intensification of fire against the city, and we are starting to see the critical infrastructure of the city either be captured by the Russians or
That was close.
And so I think we are building
Oh.
towards
Okay, you get it this time because I won't have enough time to. Yeah.
Fighting Kharkiv and Odessa.
Yes, there is. Interestingly, very different in character. So in Kharkiv, the city was enveloped, and what we saw this morning was an assault by light infantry primarily, not using large amounts of armor, and that seems to be an attempt to avoid the destruction of the urban environment. Whereas in Kherson, the south, we are seeing a much more armored-led intensive firefight after that city was invested yesterday.
You will have seen this being quite a dramatic shift in policy. We've heard the Germans as Dutch are sending military hardware. Germany 1,000 anti-tank missiles. Both of
Do you want nummy?
missiles.
Do you want some of the peanuts?
Logistically, how can this reach
Are there any peanuts left?
needed, and what kind of difference do you
Cashews.
make?
I mean, some of the equipment, stingers and
You got a bowl of Frosties? Is that what you want?
they can get there, but to be honest, Western policymakers have had
Yes.
weeks to prepare.
No, you leave Daddy's belt. Daddy doesn't need it. Daddy doesn't need his belt. Thank you. It's okay. Can we cuddle? Thank you so much.
Across Ukraine,
Oh god, this RM car is just staring at me. It's doing nothing. Its teeth are, yeah, quite cool.
and so whereas some of the things like MLAW are very easy to use, other pieces of equipment
Don't you dare shoot at me. Oh,
The Russians have seized Chernobyl, the nuclear plant.
the RM car is just staring down at me.
slightly curious about that myself. Propaganda, spreading fear. Obviously, there's a hostage situation that's been going on there.
I think we're confusing it.
Precisely, but it's difficult to see what strategic value it has in terms of
Oh, bugger, I've just got to deal with Screebs. Ah! Never mind, not just Screebs. Ah, no, 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 can't move, can't move.
Yeah, so I mean the Russians have had large numbers of special forces inside Ukrainian cities for a couple of months now. They were there when I was in Kiev a couple of weeks ago and kind of evident.
You know the sicko mode meme? Why did I just imagine that when that arm Cora just appeared?
Assassinate them, they're trying to mark targets on buildings, and they're trying to provide the Russians with up-to-date information about what's happening in the city. And I think what we're seeing is the SPU and Ukrainian special forces trying to hunt those down,
Wow, it's not as if the Screebs.
which means that you want to control the streets.
People were being told, residents were being told to take down street signs and numbers to try to
He's back.
subvert them. And Jack, I saw you shared a tweet about Putin's Catch-22. Can you explain what that was a reference to?
Sure, so Putin made a gamble so that he could, shock the Ukrainian
Wait, did I shoot? No, I didn't. I thought I shot through that, but I didn't.
centers of government to that fail. Now they
Okay, is it just me or there's like a tiny, thin, black line at the very end? Oh god, I can see its eyes. It's got more than just the eyes. No wait, that's not eyes. Never mind.
Ukrainians will potentially fall back to insurgency, and this could be a very, very protracted and bloody conflict, which doesn't end well for the Russians, to be honest.
And can you explain the plethora of ways we're seeing Ukraine is working to subvert the Russian state?
I mean, the Ukrainians are trying to get all of the information
The kids
about
haven't
what's
stopped.
happening to Russia to inform the Russian public. We've had Russian military spokespeople say that there's been no casualties. Videos are obviously going around on Telegram disproving that. So, undermining the credibility of the Russian authorities, we're seeing a diplomatic campaign
Yeah. Ah! Why'd he go invincible there?
that Kiev has been pushing very
I'm gonna use a pulse rifle on it.
call out those who are not being consistent. And then we're also seeing a lot of civil society groups like Hackers trying to
Mediocre damage.
government websites, government institutions, and
I feel like trying to generate.
infrastructure of the Russian state. So the Ukrainians are
I feel like trying to generate some heavy ammo than using Leviathan's breath on it.
Jack, have you heard anything from Kharkiv this morning?
I haven't
Somehow to generate some heavy ammo.
I've certainly seen plenty of videos coming out. And as I say,
I don't have my fusion rifle, do I?
appear to be pushing in with
Piss.
largely light vehicles and infantry.
Do stay with us. We have two panelists on the programme today. Olga Oliker is the programme director Savage, the head of Ukraine for Russia and Eurasia program at Chatham House. Olga, of course, this was unthinkable for war in Europe. Now, war in Europe, major security crisis for Europe.
There's been a war in Europe since 2014. I mean, this is a huge escalation of that conflict, but there has been a war in Europe since 2014.
Oh my god, Scorn is such a wimp.
Right.
Ah.
Well, the annexation of Crimea actually happened
Oh my god.
bloodlessly, but then there was the fomentation of a war in eastern Ukraine, which in Donbass, in the Donbass region of Ukraine, and that has been continuing ever since. And
Wait, there's something there.
most of the fighting was
What?
2014
What is
and
it?
2015, but there was continued fighting all the way through, and that actually escalated just before this began. And if you are the average Russian without a VPN listening to the Russian news, that's still the only conflict that's going on, is Russia is still fighting only in Donbass. I do think that obviously the brutality of this is on a much greater scale, and it's very visible. And you're looking at bombing, artillery strikes, and now urban combat in major populated cities, very big cities that look like any other European city, right? The neoclassical architecture, playgrounds, people who look like other Europeans with all that diversity.
Currently dealing with them now.
And, that is, I think,
Or attempting to make an effort.
it doesn't happen here, despite the fact that, of course,
Yeah, one's got a sight line on me.
and this is very, in our faces.
Ah, no, 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 no.
Seen over the last few days incredible videos from our colleague Sarah Rainsford, women on the
Yes, when did you get them? When did you get those rockets?
doing it to keep busy, but also
Ho ho ho!
some of them having to leave their partners behind because they're being conscripted. What's life like there?
Me too.
It's interesting.
Ah, that was a terrible shot. Shoot, now.
We never know how we will react until things hit us.
Yes!
Of course, I cited some public
Should I be getting up here?
before
Oh.
this started with this attack. And
Where did he dive off to?
what I hear is that people are now, after the initial shock, asking themselves, what am I best at?
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Best at to defend my country. My friend was telling me instructions about if you see the tanks, don't let them pass. Wait 10 minutes, time 10 minutes, and then when there will be few vehicles going, this is what you have to go after. Leave your village, burn tires, so that the enemy thinks there's already an attack and pass by your village. There's a lot of very practical instructions. My other friend said, yes, first 2 days I wasn't shocked, and once I started doing multiple cocktails,
Whoa.
it calmed me down.
Jack, you're still with us. Jack Watley, Dr. Jack Watley, Research Fellow for Land Warfare at the Royal United Services Institute in London. There have been so many calls for the imposition of a no-fly zone, but also we're hearing a lot of reluctance. So what kind of risks would that entail?
A no-fly zone would essentially be a declaration of war against Russia by NATO. It would mean that we would need to shoot down Russian aircraft over Ukraine, but that would also require the suppression of air
Yep.
defense systems that are on Russian soil, and so that would require fairly extensive.
No, 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 no.
that NATO will be doing that.
I fell off.
I think Russia underestimated Ukraine, perhaps overconfident, arrogant even.
I think the Russians have underestimated the will to resist.
No, I fell off. I'm still here, but I fell off.
For both their independence and national identity. Having said that, the Russians have committed
Oh, whoopsie daisy. We'll put it on. There you go. Come in.
some of their weaker,
Yeah,
less
get it.
well-equipped forces to soak up a lot of the damage. And as the Ukrainians start to run out of ammunition, as they run out of anti-tank weapons,
There's
and
more, yeah.
equipped units from the Western military district start pushing in, this is going to be a very
Ah!
hard fight.
I used up all my jump.
Get worse over the next week. So have the Russians miscalculated? Their first plan didn't work.
Well, I guess we both did something.
And
Ha!
people
We
should
killed deaths.
look at the first 72 hours and say,
There you go.
And this is how it's going to continue.
Russian commanders are frustrated, and it's that the fact they underestimate the Ukrainian response is having these
Yes.
ramifications. We're seeing tanks
Yeah.
running out of fuel.
The
I don't know.
malfeasance is meant to be good.
President
Huh?
Putin can't achieve his ambitions as quickly.
Yeah, let's do damage for like what, a few years. That was a terrible shot.
Alright, there you go.
It was a terrible throw. Are these all heavy pikes or just?
The Russians were prepared to use those tactics from the get-go.
Yeah.
But they wanted to hold back in reserve. What you'll see, yes, the massing of artillery outside towns, and then the systemic destruction of large parts of those towns. You'll start to see the use of thermobaric rocket artillery, and you'll probably start to see much more repressive tactics to try and essentially
I nearly did it again. I'm fine.
Molotov cocktails. If someone throws a Molotov cocktail from a block, you'll probably see reprisal killings, this sort of stuff. And so I think we are going to start to see a much uglier, more visceral fight, and less, chatty conversations between Ukrainians and Russian soldiers.
No, come on.
Russia. There have been calls for people to come in from overseas to help.
Come on.
If you come and help us.
Stop auto-aiming onto the enemies, man. Don't need that. Ah! No!
Volunteers and mercenaries who've certainly gone over the years and been involved in the Donbass, but it's always been on a small scale. To be honest, I think it will remain on a fairly small scale. There are some countries that have a predilection for this kind of thing, a bit of a tradition of it. But just on a legal basis, I don't think governments will be very keen for their nationals to get involved.
How long can Ukraine?
It's not inevitable, and it's certainly not inevitable that even if it is occupied, that it doesn't, that it stops resisting. If you only think of the US,
Oh.
that, for example, the city was taken very quickly, but insurgency broke out. But it's worth noting that Ukraine currently has
How did you do that?
7 days left of ammunition, and less than that when it comes to a lot of the more powerful weapon systems.
Me. I'm scared. Hide behind everything.
Marissa, how do you feel this situation? Well, I've heard exactly the same words
Danger
from
is real enough.
Ukraine yesterday, resupply. I mean, we have to be
I'm okay.
clear about what is going on. I mean, in China,
One piece.
systemic destruction of towns, suppression of resistance, mass killings. This is what we are.
Okay.
Where'd you disappear?
Logisticals and supply routes are key now. I know that Ukrainian armed forces are holding. The whole democratic world should understand that by supporting Ukrainian armed forces, it's supporting legal, democratically elected government of Ukraine, protecting against this unjust war, not some kind of a rebellion of a failed state. This is a key message that there is Ukrainian armed forces that is working in close coordination with territorial defense, and that territorial defense units comes with a lot of war veterans and a lot of civilians who are under direct control.
Okay, where have you spawned?
And they need
Oh,
assistance
behind here, quick.
Olga, your focus has been on this region throughout your career. How will this week's developments influence yours and
I got a precision shot with it, I guess.
its relationship with the rest of the world?
I think it does depend on how the rest of the war goes, but however the rest of the war goes, we are in a different, we're in a different universe.
This way.
We are faced with a different Russia. Right now we're faced with a Russia that is cracking down hard internally, that is
My minute dusk duck friend.
etc. in the media. We're dealing with a Russia that, again, as I've said, is doing everything it can to hide the truth of what's going on from its population, because it's Moscow knows.
There is a square that's telling me to go this way.
Glorified. And then we're dealing with the other countries in the
Or a
former
dime.
Soviet space that
Whatever person you
of
are.
course concerned that if this goes well for Russia, though it has already
Oh, okay.
that
Torches on.
will be next on the list. And then they have to decide, right, what do you do with that? Do you kowtow to Moscow, or do you do your best to make it clear that you too will resist just as hard? And I think there is also a lot of visceral
Haha.
support for the Ukrainians, right? How can there not be? How can you not watch
Okay,
people
okay,
fight for
yeah,
their
this is
lives,
interesting. Okay, there's an enemy.
for their country, and not want to support them?
Do President Putin's objectives go beyond Ukraine?
So, we've been discussing this, and what Vladimir Putin wants, or wanted going into all of this, is a Russia that is respected, that's a great power, that's feared, and also a Russia that has buffers, that has vassal states around it, that ostensibly protected from any adversaries getting too close. I disagree somewhat with Anne Applebaum, who spoke earlier, said that this isn't at all about NATO. It is also about NATO. It can be about many things at once. So there is this image of a Russia in the world that stands up to everybody, that stands up for itself, that has all of this influence. Of course, what Vladimir Putin is getting is the direct opposite of all of that, right? He's getting a Russia that is...
Are you following me?
He's getting a Russia that is going to be economically
Oh.
weakened, and he's getting a Russia that...
Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh, oh.
its military goals.
What the hell?
A country that, in Putin's worldview, is just it's Russia's natural vassal state. Ukraine that's where Ukraine belongs by Russia's side. So, I think this is actually really quite a fundamental problem for the worldview of Vladimir Putin and those around him.
Arisa, we have about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I mean, I think not only Putin is not achieving what he wants, but he managed Biden to call Russia a pariah state. This is a new reality we are dealing with. This regime is viewed as such and will be responded as such by Ukraine and global community.
Stay with us. It's coming up to 7:30 GMT. You're listening to Weekend from the BBC World Service with me, Anna Holligan, and our guests on the programme
Pardon me.
today, Olga Oliker and Arisa Lutsevich. Stay with us. The headlines are next.
You're listening to the BBC World Service.
Hello, this is the BBC News eyewitness reports from Donetsk. What is news? News is knowledge, insight, discovery, and truth.
It's very inspiring. Justice is possible. It's a good day.
It's having the freedom to challenge, question. So you feel that this was done too quickly?
Are you doing anything at the moment?
18 million women in this country of mine. I want to be right next to them.
Building up our understanding of each other.
Right.
And our
Solve it.
Stories from far away. If we're going to pursue space tourism, the idea of having
Whoa, what happened? What? How? Why did that damage me?
6 months are going to be catastrophic. It is going to be hell on earth.
No, I. Alright, but I just, you know the altar, the thing that you used to, yeah, it blocked me from getting through.
Yeah, that's part of it. It stops you and pushes you back.
Brrrr, sugar. Gift of appreciation. On our way. On our way. Yes.
BBC News with Moira Anderson. As the war in Ukraine enters its fourth day, a Russian rocket hit an oil terminal in Vasilkiv, 30 kilometers southwest of the capital Kyiv. The head of the regional administration in the eastern city of Kharkiv said Russian light vehicles had entered the city and fierce fighting was taking place. He urged civilians not to leave their places of shelter. Ukrainian officials say say the transit of Russian gas to Europe is continuing as normal. A Western coalition, including the US, the European Union,
Haha, yes, the space meatball. Haha, yes.
some Russian banks from the SWIFT interbank payment system. The EU Commission chief, Ursula von der Leyen,
Oh,
said the aim was to cripple President Putin's ability to finance his war machine. The SWIFT system has
I'm not sure. I think it might be the machine gun.
In a major shift of policy, the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz says his country will now
Hang on, I'm just in the fight. I've got one. I've got them both in my
some restrictions on
inventory.
German-made weapons being sent to
Alright, hang on.
conflict zones. The Australian Prime Minister
Shit, more are coming.
Scott Morrison has pledged to provide lethal aid through NATO. The SpaceX billionaire Elon Musk has
Nah, it's either the Auto Rifle or Pulse Rifle.
broadband in Ukraine to improve internet connectivity following the disruption caused by the Russian invasion. Elon Musk tweeted the announcement in response to a request from the Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister. Anti-war activists in Russia have called on people to protest against Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. The call comes on the anniversary of the assassination of the Russian opposition figure Boris Nemtsov. He vehemently opposed the conflict in eastern Ukraine and was shot dead near the Kremlin in 2015. More than 3,000 Russians have been detained so far for holding anti-war protests. BBC News.
It's all gone. Where's your plate? You put it in the plate, remember?
Hello, you're listening to Weekend on the BBC World Service with me, Anna Holligan, and our guests today, Olga Olika and Arisia Lutsevich. Stay with us because we're going to cross now to Ukraine, and a European city of nearly 3 million people has become a war zone. For a fourth night, loud explosions and bursts of heavy gunfire have been ringing out across Ukraine's capital, Kiev. Remaining residents have spent another long, anxious night under curfew, underground, in buildings, makeshift bomb shelters, in basements, car parks and metro stations deep beneath the city. Let's speak to one of the people who's there, our correspondent James Waterhouse. James, tell us about the night. What's it been like for people there? What have you all been experiencing?
Hi Anna, yeah, it's been fairly quiet, which is a ridiculous adjective to use given the last 3 days, but bearing in mind that around 10 o'clock last night the city's mayor announced curfews run
not the good ball, please, no. Oh, God, wonderful.
anyone seen on the streets would be seen as a Russian saboteur. We kind of prepared for the worst, especially when President Zelensky said there was an onslaught approaching the country, but we didn't really hear too much down here, and people
Alright. Well, not done up here. Oh, okay. That's okay. Do you have quests to do?
There's still very much that look of worry, and people have sort of got their familiar dead spots now, and sort of establishing a routine. But of course, such as the speed and scale of
Well, yeah, that would be nice.
everything can change.
But if you have to do something, that's okay.
Mentioning that 30 kilometers away in Vasilkiv, there's been this missile.
That's just. I have no clue. Yes.
What's happening across everywhere else.
Is it unnerving? Is there a sense of an impending invasion that's getting ever closer to where you are?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are shocked.
Hmm.
Afraid we keep hearing it. I just can't believe this.
Alright.
It's taking a long time. It will take a long time to process events. And then that's quickly
Right.
the immediate fear will shock or panic when you hear the now familiar
Alright.
air raid siren.
Thank you.
There's now more than one. Sound like a pack of wolves
I'll let you know.
through the city.
Where is it? Where did you put the plate?
It's very difficult. And it's this now
It's wherever you put the plate, mate.
those that want to venture up.
You emptied all your food into the plate. Don't come crying to me if you can't find your damn plate. I don't know where your effing plate is, dude! I'm a nummy. Yes, you're a nummy. Look at
Did you realise it? How loud that was,
Oh,
Sparky?
straight back to Krang. You want nummy?
Sparky, dude.
Alright.
Sparky.
Okay, where is it?
Sparky.
Yeah.
Did you realise how loud that was?
Sorry. Yeah.
It's alright.
Dummy. No, what do you mean no? That's your dummy, not mine.
Oh man, mate, this is your dummy, man. This is your dummy, not mine.
What the hell am I meant to do here? Shut up, fucking no. Ooh, hang on. What am I revealing?
I don't know.
It's 7:36 GMT. You're listening to Weekend on the BBC World Service, and for over
Give me your stew, Striga.
Ukraine's cities and skies have echoed with the sound of a nation, a people under attack. For 4 nights, loud
What do you have to do?
explosions have rocked its major cities, while paratroopers' helicopters have been heard swooping overhead. And as fierce fighting has raged on the ground, there's also been a war of words being fought between the two nations' leaders. On Friday evening, President Putin urged Ukrainian troops to take power into their hands and depose their leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only got one more weapon to craft.
I am addressing Ukrainian armed forces servicemen once again. Do not allow neo-Nazis and banderites
Yeah.
to use your children, your wives and the elderly as a human shield. Take power into your own hands. It looks like you and us will find it easier to reach a settlement.
President Putin there, but Ukraine's embattled President Volodymyr Zelensky has been defiant, shedding his usual black suit for hunting gear and making statements like this on social media.
We are all here. Our army is here. Citizens and society are here. We are all here. We are defending our independence, our state. We will continue to do so. Glory to our defenders. Glory to Ukraine.
We will continue to fight, President Zelensky says there, but for how long and to what end can Ukraine's military carry on the fight? We're joined now by Alexander Daniluk, the former head of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council. It looks as though Russia has been making some advances overnight. What does the picture look like to you, and how long can Ukraine resist?
Very good morning to everyone. Yes, Russia is achieving something, but it is far beyond, less than they expected. I'm actually I'm very kind of content with
Mr. Suki. Mr. Clingy. You tired, are you?
The fact that currently this night in Kiev was relatively
Look, a spaceship.
silent, right?
Yeah,
Also
spaceship.
because Russian forces just underestimated.
Zero's ass, let you
I
spice
can't
things up.
understand you with your dummy in your mouth, mate. You know that. If you're gonna talk, you need to take it out.
Didn't work. So the question is for how long we will resist. We will resist for as long as necessary. Yes.
Realistically, surely Russia's overwhelmingly larger military the resistance as it stands can't last indefinitely. What more support do you need in terms of military?
Can I tell you that time is ticking actually?
You just want to lie down on me right now, don't you?
And time is also ticking for Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Russia also cannot continue this assault indefinitely. The resources is obviously larger than our resources, but this is our land, and they never be able to put together as much people as we can do in our land.
Hey, just sit up a second, mate. My knee's hurting.
So,
Ready?
I understand that we may lose some cities.
Oh, Dimash! Hang on. I'm getting up. My knees hurt. Can you let me get up? Thank you. And then I'll sit up here, and then you sit on. You can sit down here. Okay. There you go. Hey, chill the fuck out, mate. You were getting up here. Alright? There you go. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, 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 tickle. Yeah, you stay there.
Just heard
Watch me
President
play some
Zelensky
Destiny, hey?
for an international legion of volunteers. What kind of support would you hope to be?
Where are you going?
Well, I think it's more.
You want to get off now?
Is that enough of you?
I think so.
Always annoying when they do that. Just like, please sit down.
It's just to show that the people of these countries are ready to support Ukraine, and that would be like additional pressure to the leaders of these countries to finally get fully behind supporting Ukraine. I think the sanctions that were introduced were quite helpful. At the moment, what we need is weapons. Weapons. I can tell you that what we experience here is lack of weapons. That's where I am, right? And but we are basically using all resources to address these needs, and the support is coming. So whatever is appearing, for example, we hear in the news that a certain nation is going to supply our weapons. We'll get it next year. So that works.
Right, wow, that's
small.
And how much of a difference can it make? We're hearing, I mean, Germany's planning to send 1,000 anti-tank weapons, 500 Stingers. The Dutch are also sending Stinger missiles. What can they do?
Well, they just continue sending them. We will put them in use. And if you think the statistics, obviously, if you don't read it on the Russian sites, but on the Ukrainian statistics on how much equipment was destroyed. This is not done by bare hands, but also used with the weapons, and some of this weapon is what we receive from our partners. So we need more of this, because we now do like a special operation to, one day actually I will tell what is being done now, but we're doing miracles now to get the army fully armed. And these miracles would be helped by Western partners as well.
I mean, a lot of people in Ukraine will be hoping for miracles. If and I know you don't perhaps want to think about this, but if Russia does succeed in taking the capital, perhaps tries to carry out a regime change and take over, how will Ukraine respond?
Well, you forced me to answer this question, right? Because I obviously don't want to even consider this scenario. But if that happens, and the leadership would be opposed, then and Ukraine and Russians would want to put in place some puppet government. This puppet government will remain puppet, right? We will never recognize it, and we will be fighting to dispose it. Ukraine is a large country, and there are millions of people now armed. Russians will never be able to rule out this country. It's only a question of how they, and not the whole country, even part of it, right? It's only a question whether they will leave, and they will leave, leaving a lot of their soldiers here on the ground.
Alexander Daniluk, the former head of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, thank you. Let's go to Moscow now, where after the invasion began early on Thursday, there was, among many, disbelief, and then, hours later, some protests, which is surprising in a country where they are usually suppressed. While there's general support in Russia for their country's attack on their neighbour, partly because of the state-run TV and newspapers, on Thursday night, hundreds of protesters gathered in Moscow's Pushkin Square, chanting "No to war" in Russia. And there were other demonstrations too. Across nearly 40 towns and cities in Russia, police reportedly detained more than 1,800 people at anti-war protests. So, what's what's going on inside the mind of Russia's President Vladimir Putin. We're joined now, live from Moscow, by a man who knows him well. Mikhail Kasyanov served as Prime Minister of Russia from the year 2000 to 2004. During Vladimir Putin's first 4 years as president, he left the government over disagreements on economic policy.
Yeah, they come to pass as the auto rifle. Where the fuck you meant to get that from?
Before we talk about reactions in Russia, what are your thoughts on the sanctions announced by the EU, the
Oh
US,
shit.
and
Alright, I need to do that then.
including blocking banks, Russian banks from SWIFT?
Huh.
You got
Okay.
space on your fight team for one more?
Good morning. I will tell you that
No. You asshole. No.
the sanctions were adopted by the
You just got it.
That's absolutely
But did
Sure.
you get the pattern though? Because you need to craft it.
especially when we talk about
You just got the other one. Yeah. I need the Tarnation as well.
devastating sanctions within a short period of time. Putin's regime and Russian people, by the way, will feel the
Hey, what's the next mission like, Duck? For which we?
that is crucial. That is devastating sanctions, not just some of them as it was in 2014, but it is
The last chance.
serious.
The next couple I'm pretty sure are short ones. They're relatively easy. And
Alright,
then
that's
it gets
good.
into like a big one. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Jumping in now. Or not. Okay, just back myself way out of the roster. A bit too far there.
Hunters, you got this interview. We're on the same side here.
1560, a 1540.
And sustained, and they sustained just severe casualties.
Very interesting.
Beginning of the end. I think that is
1554.
time when all these operations
These are players on my friends list.
as I say,
They're like levels 1543, 1544. There's one person on 1560 that's online at the moment.
sanctions, and that is a great punishment. That is first the action to stop invasion, and secondly that is great punishment for Putin's regime. I think that is beginning of the end of the Putin's regime.
Well, take us inside his mind, because there are so many people saying he's lost his mind. He's become obsessed with this bygone era. How has the man who you worked with changed since you were in office, and who is he actually listening to right now, if anyone?
Yeah, in fact, that was 20 years ago when I was together with him in the government here, and that was completely different. Completely different. He supported all reforms of my cabinet, all these democratic reforms and market economy reforms. That's why just Russia still survived, because the results of those reforms which was implemented at that time. Today is a completely different person. When on Monday he called for this Security Council meeting and just forced all members of Security Council just to demonstrate loyalty to him personally, I was simply shocked of all this, I would say, picture which was transmitted for the whole world. And in fact, I watched Mr. Putin himself, and I noticed that it's completely different person, and it seems to me that he's just out of his mind. I think he has very narrow corridor of thinking, and that's why this is very dangerous person at the moment, and it's very dangerous situation. And I think that's what West finally just made a strong decision and realized what things
Oh my god, yeah, this grenade launches everything.
look right now and hope that it will be the end very soon.
Could this be the end of President Putin?
Say it again.
Could this be the end of President Putin?
Sorry, I was just playing around with the grenade launcher. No, I was playing around with the grenade launcher. The exotic one.
Is it
And I was like, oh yeah, I can't get that streaker.
Russian people and international law decides what the end should be. I think there's so many violations.
That's definitely something I've noticed about this season's gear. It ain't that great. The old
Nah.
gray mare, she ain't what she used to be.
All
ain't what she used to be. What she used to be. The old grey mare she ain't.
Very, very briefly, if you would, is this an opportunity for the opposition to reassemble itself?
I think that right now, I'll tell you what is going on right now. Right now, just people are very scared to go on the streets. And in fact, you see only young people right now, which is those people who never felt what punishment would be. While other people, during all those demonstrations, we had the whole previous decade, and people were beaten on the streets, were put in jail, just they were cut off universities, etc., etc. People are very scared. As soon as appears, thousands of hundreds of thousands of people would be on the streets of big cities first of all. But as I'm saying now, that is right now, this is the beginning of the year. A few big changes, about a few maybe in one, the situation will change rapidly. And as soon as
Ooh, that's cool.
responsible for that, they will immediately
Now,
see
lightning.
when Putin will have not enough
Now, fire.
fund politics,
Wind.
secret services,
Water. Heart. Are your powers combined? I'm an awesome grenade launcher. Sorry. I am Captain Try Grenade.
Sandwiched between Russia to the east and
Oh,
Ukraine to the
what a
south,
shot.
used as a launchpad for the invasion of Ukraine this week. Its leader, Alexander Lukashenko, has over the past 2 years closely tied himself to Vladimir Putin. French President Emmanuel Macron has asked him now in a telephone call to demand Russia's withdrawal of its troops from Belarus as quickly as possible. I've been speaking to Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who is a Belarusian human rights activist and politician who ran in the 2020 presidential election as the main opposition candidate. She has been living in exile in Lithuania, and she began by telling me how she felt when she heard of the attack on Thursday.
We woke up in a new reality. We realized that the illegitimate regime made Belarus the country aggressor. Putin partnered with Lukashenko and attacked Ukraine. And this is the price Lukashenko pays for Kremlin support.
Are you watching this, Duck? See that? That's the lightning one. Splits up into three. And you got Void, like a big wave rather than just three small ones. And then Solar. Oh, okay, that's right. You're saying it's good PvP. Yeah. Thank you, Spacky, my man.
So,
I'm just gonna sit here doing this. Yeah, he did.
Annihilation. Annihilation. Yes.
How our aerodromes are used for military aircrafts of Russia, and people are ready to go, to flee this war. They want to leave country, and it's awful to see how our independent Belarus is dragged into this big conflict. But it was done to hide our inner conflict, lawlessness, violation.
Man, I was so waiting for you to die then. Like, cause I just heard it charging, I'm like, this fucker's gonna blow up and blow everyone up, I bet. What's the bet? And everyone's just jumping on it for shits and giggles, and I'm like, so I stood back and I'm like, aww, no one died. I'll be honest, I was disappointed.
There's a new not a new ghost projection, but there's a ghost projection that's called Daring Hat Projection. Try and guess what it is.
How do you feel that might come back at Belarus? How do you think it could impact?
Well, I'll just give you a hint anyway.
Having this level of involvement?
It's looks like Indiana's hat, Indiana Jones's hat.
Nice. That's why someone said, are you whistling Indiana Jones the other night? Nope, someone dropped it.
Are necessary to destroy corruption schemes, to deprive regime of resources. And I know that Belarusians are
Well, I guess I'm back.
very difficult to do in this tough period, but Belarusians are fighting, really fighting.
And you're in
Bam!
a position of a government
This room is cleared.
now.
Because now we see that Lukashenko is no longer fulfilling his duties as president and his
Oh, my grenade launcher hit someone in the back of the head and it went backwards.
I announce the creation of a transitional cabinet that will be able to perform the government functions. It will help us to take important decisions in such a historical moment.
Everyone gets a little buddy. You get a little buddy. You get a little buddy. Everybody gets a little
Have you
buddy.
had any support, any expressions of
The Ark Soul.
within Europe so far?
No, we just launched this cabinet now.
Oh damn, that's a great grenade launcher. It really is.
And what would you be hoping to achieve in exile?
Fell Taradiddle. Oh my god, that was in my throat. Cereal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see that either till right at the end.
How do you think the world has changed or will change as a result of what we're seeing over the last few days?
Maybe because someone else had done the third one whilst you were off doing the two.
The world will never be the same again, at least for Ukrainians, for the Russians, and Russia will enter in history as country aggressor. And I think that democratic world should show its teeth at last and help Ukraine with this difficult moment, and the same they will help Belarus.
Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, the Belarusian opposition leader, we've crossed a historical moment. Arisia, would you agree?
I think we are facing the birth of new world in fire of Kiev. That is, to me, resonates quite strongly of what the symbol of Kiev is for. The true symbol of Kiev is for Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia. And I think if we really contemplate on that for a minute,
Oh, no, don't go in there.
this is,
That's
like,
his phone now.
Svetlana said, and Mikhail said, this is a battle
That's his
for
phone.
power and your freedom. And I am sure that this is where Ukrainians who are dying
Duck,
now are
it's my
saying,
dad's phone.
if we have to
It's my
die,
dad's phone.
taking Putin with us.
Olga, in 20 seconds, would you agree?
Huh?
Perhaps I think the challenge.
And I'm getting good with this grenade launcher already, just placements and for explosions.
To weekend
Damn.
on World Service with me, Anna Holligan. Do stay with us.
Oh shit. Oh, he just, after four of you guys right in front of him attacking you, he literally just turns around and just shoots me in the head.
Oh god. I guess I'm back.
I'm Dessa, the host of Deeply Human, a guided tour through
The Deep Stone Crypt. I haven't played that yet. I need to do that.
and biology to find out why we do what we do. First up, accents. Why do you talk like that?
The simple, nasalized vowel sound potentially could be the difference between life and death.
Deeply Human at bbcworldservice.com/deeplyhuman. You're listening to the BBC World Service. Following the crisis in Ukraine, we are making some changes to our schedule. Next, we're returning to Ukraine. For many of our other programs, go to BBC World Service.
My lamp falls straight through him.
This is the BBC World Service,
Love it.
the world's radio station.
Yeah, so that's a Wellspring.
The
That seems
last
pretty
chance.
easy.
Doot, 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 doot.
The World Service is 8 hours GMT.
The World Service. BBC World Service.
The human cost of war in Ukraine will bring you a report from the city of Lviv.
Look down the platform. There are thousands of people
They got the sardine.
trying to get through to get out to Poland.
We'll catch up with one woman who's made it.
That's all I got. I only got a sardine from that.
No toilets, no food, no water. And we had to go 23 hours without
Eris, we're in position.
water or food.
And the story of one
Baby got back.
who's decided to stay in Ukraine for now.
My son
Blue shard of crystal.
was asking mommy what's going on, and then they said there are explosions. He was really shocked and he was shaking. I was trying to hug him
Yeah, you said that before.
down a bit.
That's all coming up for you here on Weekend.
Oh wow, that SMG's not bad.
Whoa.
Oh, guess what? I got the seasonal one.
Pierre Vickery has more on the Russian strategy.
Ain't messing around this time.
They're hitting infrastructure. A city of 3 million, you can't simply
Yeah.
march in and take it. What you have to try and
Oh, now it's 6 o'clock.
create the things that
God damn it.
people need for living. So that's water, electricity, etc., etc. And the plan
Well, no, I just gotta get dinner sorted.
what the Russians would like to do is in
I
certain
mean, I kinda do, but at the same time I don't. I just gotta get dinner sorted. So I can get back on.
siege, but we're still quite a long way away from that.
In the east, invading Russian forces blew up the
Yeah, it's the
Ukraine's second largest
SMG.
The head of the regional
It's actually really nice. Quite like it.
had entered the city. Fierce fighting is taking place.
Yeah, sorry, the Witch Queen.
Western coalition, including
Actually, I don't know. Which one is Caesar, which one's Witch Queen?
Britain, has decided to cut off some Russian banks from the SWIFT interbank payment system.
The funnel web.
Commission chief Ursula von der Leyen said the aim was to support
Ha ha ha. No.
Yeah, that's
Ah!
the one I got.
Oh no, my body's just went limp.
are the harshest measures imposed to date on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine, designed, said Ursula von der Leyen, to hold Russia to account.
Coming up, cause I got the wrong way I went. I'm coming up, I'm coming.
Financing its war effort, the European Commission chief said Russia's central bank would be targeted, and a number of other Russian
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's nice.
Forensic Nightmare.
network, despite their close business ties with Russia and
Yeah, I think so too. I haven't used it, but I think so.
that's the one.
Hungary now say they agree with the
Right, come here.
There's some different perks on
There,
it.
each chain reaction.
Olaf Scholz said Germany would send anti-tank weapons and
Oh my god, what is that moth doing?
as well as dropping restrictions on German-made weapons being sent to conflict zones. The Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has also pledged
Really? What for? Well, I want to debunk everything. This is the first one that I got, and it says I can unlock it for the Forge. So you don't have to get 3. I only got 1.
rallies in support of Ukraine have been held across the world, from Taiwan
Okay,
No,
I
you
just
level it up.
forged
Once
an
you-
I just forged
Yeah,
the
once-
Suros
Once you fought. Yeah, nice.
the Suros pulse rifle.
Hand cannon.
And I made it when you go ADS, its zoom is like increased than the regular one, and it does more damage when it's zoomed in.
Yeah, no damage drop. Further damage drop off.
Empirical evidence.
war activists in Russia have called on people to protest against Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. The call comes on the anniversary
Oh boy,
of
yeah.
the Russian opposition.
Was a miss. Oh yeah.
He vehemently opposed the conflict in eastern Ukraine and was shot dead near the Kremlin in 2015.
Haha, you're dead.
Russians have been detained so far.
Oh, sweet mother of God, no.
Invasion began early on Thursday. In another development, the Kremlin said President Vladimir Putin had spoken to the Azerbaijan leader about what it describes as a military operation. The BBC's correspondent in Washington says there's no suggestion Russia wants negotiations. BBC News.
Hello, it's 8:06
No.
GMT. You're listening to Weekend with me, Anna Holligan, and
Yeah.
our guest today, Olga Olikaya,
What
Program
about it?
Director, Europe and Central Asia for International Crisis Group, a think tank. She is in Brussels.
Highway to the danger zone.
Russia and Eurasia
Gonna
program.
take you high into the danger zone.
Here in the studio, and as Russian troops advance, at least 150,000 Ukrainians are
Right
thought
to
to
the danger zone.
Russian tanks,
Yeah, I've
I
watched
threw
that.
down a rally banner.
missiles rain down on cities.
I watched that in one Christmas night, actually. On a Christmas night.
Across the border, too, long queues of cars and many people on foot have been making their way to Poland, Romania, Hungary and Slovakia. It's feared the war could force force up to
I'll
5
come over with
million
that side of
people
you, Duck.
daily.
Looks like we're all
Poland
split
alone
up.
has reported more than 120,000 arrivals, while thousands more have poured into Moldova and Romania to the south and east. I'm joined now on the line by Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, Marcin Sajdasz, and by Romanian Foreign Minister Bogdan Orenstr.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
can we just talk about how, I mean, who on earth named the new bow for Witch Queen?
Yeah, I know, right?
Fel Taradiddle.
Ooh, tiddly diddly daddly.
Sounds like an American. Fel
Like someone's
Tarlo.
trying to say.
Fel Tarlo.
Trying to say a nice way of saying like.
Hey.
Penis.
Let's be kind about this, okay? Penis. Fel Taradiddle.
Oh wow, we literally just.
God.
Oh wow, we just did a challenge. Did you see that, Duck? I haven't gotten that one yet.
Eat my knife.
No. Must be a triumph. Must be an activity triumph. We killed all 3 wizards within 20 seconds of each other. That's what the triumph said. Yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm down with that.
Between the 10th and the 25th of February, the number of entries was more than 70,000. And
I hate the shrieker screams.
but the numbers are growing, and there are huge queues beyond the Romanian territory, in the territory of
Oh God.
Ukraine, but there are also
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
through the territory of the Republic of Moldova. So probably these numbers will continue to grow. There are indeed mothers and kids mainly, and we have taken measures at government level in order to prepare for this situation. The numbers of those who have asked for specific protection as far as asylum seekers or refugees is at around 82, 83 persons as of yesterday, but probably numbers will grow. Also, there is an impressive mobilization at the level of the civil society and of the business environment. We have a governmental task force which is meeting each and every day, including, as we speak, I have taken a very short break from that meeting in order to talk to you. And we are doing our best in order to cope with this situation. But I want to stress also the importance of helping the Republic of Moldova, because they also have quite large numbers. These numbers are growing. As of yesterday, more than 25,000 people coming into this
Fucking chest out of it.
and they need support from the European Union, from all of us, in order to cope with this situation, because they were not expecting such a refugee.
I got the SMG though. Alright,
Oh my God, no.
I'll be back in a bit if we can just quickly head to. Well, we don't have to head to all, but I can kick Barton if you like.
Germany, the Netherlands, and others are now doing the same. Are you worried about the possible spillover?
Well, it is very important to offer this assistance, this help to the Ukrainian side, because it is the Ukrainian side right in this crisis, in this situation. It is the Ukrainian country which has been invaded in a barbarian way by the Russian army, on the order of Vladimir Putin. People are suffering, so in our opinion it is quite natural for the EU, for the Western collective community to help the Ukrainian side. Ukraine is paying somehow
No!
for the fact that they have chosen to be closer to us, closer to the West.
3 deaths already, whatever.
To be a member of the
Did I just...
got the free visa regime, they got the association agreement,
Who turned my phone off silent?
and Russia is not very happy, of course, with this, and that's why they've attacked. So we do the kind of responsibility for Ukraine. That's why Poland is helping and will be helping Ukraine. And I'm glad that Germany finally, after days or weeks of talking, they changed their position. Yesterday, Prime Minister Morawiecki, the Polish Prime Minister, was in Berlin trying to convince Chancellor Scholz also to offer something more than only 5,000 helmets or whatever they've offered. And we are glad that they've changed the position. But what we need to do is to impose hard sanctions on Vladimir Putin, on the Russian economy, as our collective response to this barbarian war.
You know, EU foreign ministers meeting later today to discuss more measures potentially. Poland has asked for Ukrainian accession to the EU. Is that something that will also be discussed?
I believe yes. That is a very important topic of the discussion. Ukraine is under pressure, is under invasion. We need to offer them something more than just words and humanitarian assistance. This is also very important. But let's talk seriously about the future of this country.
No.
Our President Andrzej Duda publicly proposed this discussion, and I believe that all the eastern flank of NATO, all the three-fifths countries, all the way from Estonia to Bulgaria, will support this. The question is, what will be the reaction of the Western countries? But I do believe that in order to find also the solution in this situation, in order also to show that EU is a vivid organization. This is the organization where you can not only leave, as some of our partners did, but you can also join. So this is the high time to start the discussion.
Bogdan Aurescu, you will be inside that meeting. Can you give us any more insights?
Well, I will attend this meeting today of the Foreign Affairs Council. It is the fourth meeting this week about Ukraine and the crisis and the measures that we have that we need to take and we have taken and we need to take because I think the Russian Federation must pay a price now and must be deterrent for any other aggressive act in the future. And we have been long pleading for a swift finalization of a solid and credible EU sanctions package. And this has a dual purpose, both reaction and deterrence. And I have supported the adoption of the package on Friday, which is robust, it's comprehensive, but I think we still need more. And I'm glad that beyond the effects that we have seen of this package in the financial, energy, transport, exports, visas, and so on, I'm glad that we are going towards adoption of a sanction
yes, I've ranked up.
System, and I think this is important. I think we need to continue our coordination with US and Canada and UK on these sanctions, and we have also to take national measures. For instance, yesterday Romania decided to close the airspace for Russian airlines. We have appealed to others to do the same. Also yesterday we have decided to start the withdrawal procedure from International Investment Bank. It is a bank with headquarters in Budapest and which significantly serves Russian financial interests.
What is the edge of the wall?
It is important also to support European perspective.
No, that didn't lock onto anything.
Romania was the first country in the European Union to ratify the association agreement and the deep and comprehensive free trade area of Ukraine with the European Union, and we have continued to support the
Robin Hood of Loxley.
perspective of Ukraine. The summit in NATO summit in 2008 in Bucharest adopted a decision that Ukraine and Georgia would become members.
Is your Super Ruva yet? Yes, it is. Thank you.
This is
Oh,
a
bugger.
question for both of you. You're both NATO members. You both received reinforcements from NATO. Are you worried that there may be a spillover from this? Poland first to Marcin Zajdaj.
Yeah, well,
Nah,
to take into consideration such a possibility. ambition which is far beyond Ukraine and Belarus. We've seen their attack on Georgia already. There are present in South Caucasus in Central Asia. So the entire Soviet and post-Soviet area is a matter of somehow interest of Mr. Putin, and we need to stop this imperial policy. But what is even worse, in this lecture, because it was not only the speech of Vladimir Putin, it was a kind of 40-minute lecture. He showed us what his aim is. He wants to destroy the global security architecture. He wants to change
No, you're not.
everything. So he wants to change the reality we are living in. So it's not only about Ukraine, it's not only about Belarus or Poland or Romania. It's all about the architecture we are living in. That's why NATO should, of course, react through the measures of the deterrence policy. That's why on the Bucharest the 9 meeting, which was held in Warsaw the day before yesterday, and on the NATO summit, we appealed to our allies to send more troops to the region, to Poland, to other countries, to send more weaponry in order to show that we are ready to defend, we are ready to protect our people, our borders, as a matter of deterrence, to make Mr. Putin not even think about putting a step on the soil of NATO members, just like President Biden.
You guys there?
That we will do everything what is possible
Hey.
to protect our people and to protect every inch of the territory of NATO member.
Mr. Arescu, do you
Oh yeah,
say-
you are.
Well, I think it's very important to continue to consolidate in a very consistent manner the eastern flank.
Feed his controller.
And I think it's very important that in the southern part of the Black Sea, where Romania is, more equipment and more troops from other allies come.
Oh no.
Romania is the closest ally to the hotspots in Ukraine. We have the longest allied border with Ukraine, more than 400 miles. We are at roughly 200 miles off the coast of Crimea, over the Black Sea, of the northern basin of the Black Sea. And the Serpents Island, which was recently illegally occupied by Russia, is just at around 44 kilometers from the Romanian coast. So we do need a consolidation of the eastern flank, especially in the southern part of the eastern flank. And we welcome the decisions by United States, by France, by other allies to come with troops and equipment in Romania. We have discussed this during the NATO summit at the end of this week on Friday. We have discussed this during the Bucharest 9 format, which was co-presided by President Iohannis of Romania and President Duda of Poland, and creators of this format. And I think it's important to continue to make sure that the troops on the eastern flank have all necessary capabilities in order to face the Russian threat, because the deterrence factor is indeed very important if we see what happens in the region. We also need to continue to support the consolidation of the capacities of our
Alright, there's a way to get back up here.
If we speak about Georgia, if we speak about of course Ukraine, but also
I don't know if to put it here.
of Moldova. So all these are necessary. We have to continue to do our best in order to deter Russia from further aggression.
Thank you, Bogdan Arescu, the
Nope.
Romanian Foreign Minister and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, Marcin Sajdasz. We're going to stay with the military issues because overnight Russian attacks have targeted Ukrainian oil and gas facilities 30 kilometers southwest of the capital, Kiev, and
what are you doing?
oil terminal
No!
in the east. Russian forces have a gas pipeline in Ukraine's second city.
You're supposed to latch on to the wall.
Experts on this now.
The
Dr.
wall.
Jack
The
Watling, research fellow for land warfare at the Royal
Stop doing
Financial
that.
Services Institute in London, is now with us in the studio. Jack, I asked you a moment ago, what do you think is the biggest concern here? And you wanted to talk about the civilian preparedness in Kiev.
Yes, indeed. So President Zelensky has done a remarkable job, I think, of keeping people calm and taking things one day at a time. But one of the downsides of that is that there hasn't been widespread public messaging about the things that citizens need to do. And as we move into a risk of siege, I think it's very important that people in Kiev start to stockpile food, cook food that's perishable and freeze it, get water while there is still access to the mains, which means filling absolutely everything you can. Your bath, your toilet cistern, condoms, fill up with a remarkable amount of water. Store as much water as possible because you'll get through it
No.
quickly, and you'll need it for firefighting, medical reasons, and for drinking. And then medical supplies.
You wouldn't fill up a condom with water and then drink from it.
Film to wrap around burn injuries, and developing tourniquets.
Sorry, that was random. That was just what the thing. I think they're talking about how to preserve water for the Ukrainian thing. So why would you put it in a condom? I mean, okay.
And then finally, if you can get young children and the elderly out of the city, it will both reduce the number of people who need to be fed, but they are also people who are most vulnerable to malnutrition. And things like sanitation. Where are you going? Where are people going to go to the toilet when the utilities actually are cut off? That becomes a very quick spread vector for disease if it's not thought about beforehand. So I think there are many other things, but that needs to be discussed, and people start needing to think in longer time boundaries than we've been discussing so far.
And to get that real practical advice, the Ukrainian authorities are actually saying in the eastern city of Kharkiv, Russian light vehicles have entered the city and heavy fighting is going on. What more do you know about that? What's happening?
So there was a thrust by dismounted infantry behind light vehicles this morning from the northeast of the Kharkiv. It seemed to be an attempt to progress into the city. That slowed down in the course of the program. So I think we're probably going to see the Russians realise that they've got as far as they can. They will consolidate their positions and take a bit more territory, and will then build up again behind it and advance. So it's this kind of stop-start progressive advance into Ukrainian territory.
Do you think this was planned, stop-start, or did they think that they would just storm straight through?
Well, I think in the first days they hoped they could storm straight through, but they quickly realised that that's not possible. And now they're reverting to a very traditional approach, which is they concentrate your forces, you punch for as far as you can, and as you run out of momentum, you go further, consolidate, and build up your concentration again to be able to overcome things like that.
And consolidate how? Can Russia still succeed and on what grounds?
Well, I think one of the challenges for the Ukrainians is that they lack the ability to counterattack. So once they lose terrain, they are not going to be gaining ground, and they will take lots of casualties if they try. So the Russians are aggressively taking over those areas, and they're
Oh.
to push further forward.
What are you? 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 No, don't kill me. No, don't. No. Okay.
The kind of which we've seen in Syria and Mosul previously, and the Russians will be wanting to minimise their own casualties in that, which will encourage them to use that.
I should not wing it. Never ever wing it. Ah! And there's a high lieutenant, of course. There's a high lieutenant.
And it has been, by Russian standards, actually remarkably restrained up to now, up to quite recently. I think they were trying to avoid civilian casualties because they did expect a friendly population. Now when they realize they don't have one, they will go back, I think, to their more typical tactics, which do, as Jack said, they involve a lot of fire, a lot of artillery, and not a lot of attention to protecting civilians. Now, this completely defeats their long-term purpose in Ukraine, right? Which is the idea of making of Ukraine a friendly country. But I think they lost that one long ago, and they've just now come to realize it. And then, of course, aside from that, look, we're seeing things like thermobaric weapons in Russian hands moving into Ukraine, and that is absolutely terrifying in a urban setting. This is a weapon that basically ignites the air, and it could be really, really horrible.
Gracia, I can see this is really hard for you to listen to, knowing you have found your daughter is there. Do you feel as though they're prepared, that they have the information that Jack was just talking about?
Well, first I hope it's not just hard for me to listen. calculus and how it responds right now while we are giving all this information in the program public. I think we should urgently use all online resources available to provide this online training to, first of all, mayors of the cities, because mayors of the cities will be key. This will be the fight of the team of teams of Ukrainian cities.
Jack, people are going underground, they're going to metro stations, car parks. Is it safe? Will it be safe there?
I think initially it will be safe, but there are a number of challenges with those. Firstly, where does the water go if it's breached the metro stations in Kiev are exceptionally deep, so can they be protected from flooding? It's also worth noting that the Russians in Syria, they use a lot of electronic warfare and they target clusters of phone signals, which means that if you have military personnel with cell phones being brought back to casualty clearing stations that are the same as where civilians are gathered, they will probably be struck with artillery or bombs. So it's very important that people start to put their phones into flight mode and turn them off when they go to those large gatherings in order to prevent them being targeted.
And is there any other support that can be offered? Cyber support, perhaps? Perhaps we'll come to that after the news. You're listening to Weekend on the BBC World Service with me, Anna Harkin.
Where did you come from?
This is the story of the Riverman, a victim of the brutality of Northern Ireland as it freed itself from Colombia.
The dead body of James Kane was found on the public road at Kilmore.
He was 65 years old, a retired sergeant of the Royal Irish Constabulary, and was working as a fisheries inspector.
Attached to the body was a card with the words, "Convicted spy, let others beware, IRA."
But was he really a spy for anyone else? I think what makes James Kane vulnerable to targeting by the IRA is his continued association with the British forces. A Catholic Irishman killed by other Irishmen illustrates the complexity of the revolutionary struggle and its conflicting loyalties.
The Riverman at bbcworldservice.com/documentaries.
It's 8:30 GMT. This is Weekend from the BBC World Service. Still to come, we'll take you live to Kiev. We'll hear from a working mother fleeing war. All that and more for you here on Weekend with me, Anna Holligan, after a summary of world news.
BBC News with Moira Anderson. A Russian missile has hit an oil terminal in a vessel fleet 30 kilometers southwest of the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. As the war in Ukraine enters its fourth day, the head of the regional administration in Kharkiv
capital is still battling. A city of nearly 3 million people is a war zone. For a fourth night, loud explosions, bursts of heavy gunfire been ringing out across Ukraine's capital, Kiev. Its remaining residents have just spent another long and anxious night under curfew. That's until Monday. Many of them are underground, huddling together in makeshift watch
Duck,
basements, car
are you doing anything?
metro stations. We can go now live to Kiev for the latest
Can you help me?
developments with our correspondent who's there, James Waterhouse. James, is it still
It's this thing. It's this. The last mission. I've got to destroy 2 locks, but then there's like a... On the far right one, or however you look at the map, it shows a... No, it spawns like ogre, but on the closest one to you when you start, when you destroy that lock, it spawns guardian hive, sorry, a light hive. A light bearer hive, sorry.
In the Bucha suburb next to that, there have been images of columns, if you like, of armoured Russian vehicles
Right, thanks.
moving their way through residential areas, a scene replicated in cities across the country. In Kharkiv, there has been intense fighting. Invading troops have destroyed a natural gas supply pipeline. But as far as military chiefs are concerned, they are holding cities for now. But I've got to say, there is a feeling of an incoming tide of Russian military. If I'm being honest with you, it sounds louder. What you see on social media, you start to recognise more and more. But in the centre of the city, it is quiet. There is a curfew. There are armed, occasionally nervous volunteers patrolling the streets. There are checkpoints. And this is a city with the people who decided to stay, mostly decided to stay underground. And with the underground car park where we are, there's an area where people are getting used to their surroundings, sort of getting their regular bed spot now, but this is still an extremely worrying, uncertain time.
And we've seen a lot of women hear the call to arms, make their own Molotov cocktails, but is a message also getting through to people? We've been talking about the need for people to know how to protect themselves, how to live through this if Kiev is under siege. Is that message also getting through?
I think it gets through to those who want to listen to it. I think the decision to fight is clearly a very personal one. And those, I'd suggest, who want to fight made that decision a long time ago. But there are others in those queues of people, hundreds of people queuing to be joining the National Defence. For some it was a very emotive decision. Some people say they would rather die than live in Russia, and frankly you do believe them. There are others who come up to you and ask what's going on, because it's difficult to get information underground, and you explain that there are more and more images of Russian troops moving in. This advance from the south is causing the authorities a lot of problems. But it is, and when you tell them, you can see the distress on their face, scratching the forehead, realising the scale of what they face, realising that their home and their country has changed overnight and could be very different for an incredibly long time. President Zelensky has given a speech, as you say, calling for volunteers from further afield. The desperation in tone remains. Russians claim there's a delegate in Belarus ready to talk, which, if you speak to anyone in this underground car park, is a farcical concept, given that missiles continue to land on their city. President Zelensky has said, yes, we want to talk, but we don't want to head in the direction of Belarus, where these missiles have been coming from. So that will give no one optimism here.
And are people still trying to, we've seen thousands of people fleeing, as you know, are people still trying to leave? Can they leave? Is it safe to leave?
We have reports of people leaving yesterday, but it was getting more and more difficult there. There are checkpoints, as I say, and then there are, because of the nature of this invasion and the size and scale and speed of it, bombings can happen at any time in any direction, so people get diverted. Roads are deserted. But for those that do get out, they are then presented with queues of a day and a half, potentially, on borders. So I think now we've seen the last of people trying to get out, because it is now pretty much veering on the impossible. So for everyone else, they just sit underground, they comfort their child or their dog. There's a lot of dogs underground, which is a refreshing bit of life.
Comfort dogs for some.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah. Walking them is now tragically very difficult, given how dangerous it is above ground. But yeah, people have relocated their lives to what they hope is a safer place, and they wait.
James Waterhouse, you are doing a sterling job along with all the other reporters and crews out there, keeping us across this extremely fluid, foggy situation, and intense fighting has broken out across several Ukrainian cities as Russian forces attempt to capture their key targets. Let's turn now to Lviv, a city of 750,000 people in the west of Ukraine, near the Polish border, which has been seen until recently as a place of relative safety, where thousands of people, including hundreds of Western diplomats, moved to from Kiev in recent weeks. But now Lviv is witnessing a new exodus as thousands of people are climbing onto trains out of the country. There have been some reports of sporadic fighting around the city. We can speak to the deputy mayor of Lviv, Andrei Moskalenko. What's the latest where you are? What's been happening on the ground overnight?
Good morning. So it's this night was in our city cold. All services works regularly. So water supply, heat supply, electricity. So we have right now in our city approximately several thousand IDPs from
internationally displaced people, internally displaced people.
And so also from east of Ukraine. So today we have a lot of really people who self-organized, and so even during this night, so we have several thousand people, our residents, who help to territorial defense, who help to our state security service, to all officials in order to help to protect their district streets and so on. So we prepare it and provide safety in our city.
You're preparing, but thousands of people are coming your way from as far as Kiev, Kharkiv, Odessa, more and more. What kind of preparations do you have in place? How will you be able to protect so many people?
So we first people who come to our city, so we have several centers in which they can move to, because some people arrive here by train, some by cars, by buses. It's different approaches how to reach the city. And from another side, so we have to check everybody who comes here in order to check that really the person needs help, because we also have different that what was for last 3 days, different buildings in our city where was some objects, like some signals for some different provocators, and so we have to destroy this immediately. And so we have to check everybody who comes to our city. So we have more than, so right now it's 8 places where people can come to understand which time they need it, and to have like a place for sleeping and to eat.
Are you afraid, with so many people coming your way, the Russians might eventually attack your city?
So today we are all Ukrainians. We're not divided to exactly live in Kyiv. It doesn't matter which city. And so today, if, for example, we see bomb attacks on Kyiv, our capital, on another cities. So we have to help that who come to our city, and to provide safety for them. And from one side, from second side, so we work quite hard on our territorial defense in order to be ready to different options which can be for our city, because we close the border 60 kilometers to Poland border. From another side, so we have the big airports, international airport. So we have also very, very self-organized people, and so we work on our safety. We hope for better, but we have to be ready for every option, because
Sonic's on.
in terms of storing food and
Wait, never mind, Sonic's off. Wait, Sonic is on.
the energy lines.
For sure, so we have options, for example, even with some troubles with electricity.
Oh shit, I leveled it, didn't I?
Can supply water to our residents from another side. We give additional medical aids to and some medicines to our hospitals, because the biggest one in Western Ukraine, in particular, located in our city, and so they also right now under additional defense and also so 24/7.
Are you getting any extra help? And I've just been reading checkpoints have been set up in and around the city to check people entering the area. Are you worried about potential saboteurs coming in?
So we know, and so that's what works territorial defense together with police, they security in order on some provocations on some groups who come to our city, and in order to have some ideas to prepare something. So we checked everybody. That's what I mentioned. So we have to understand all who come here, because right now all our hostels they filled totally. So all our apartments full rented also, and so as well we also have that locations which we provide for residents who have to locate our city. So it's schools, it's like
How did? Oh, okay.
campuses, and so right now there's more than several thousand people have already up.
Very, very quickly, we have millions of people around the world listening to you. What do you need? How can they help?
So I suppose like our mayor yesterday mentioned, so today is not only war against Ukraine, it's war against the whole world, because today in
Alright, so that's finished, but then there's like more.
one of the biggest in Europe, and every world see what happens.
No.
That Russian troops come to our cities, they killed children, they bombed hospitals, and so everybody what can do, they have to do this.
Ah, yeah. I've got overload with Ascendancy.
So don't buy Russian some foods
Yeah.
in order to show this personal position, because today is Ukraine. We know before was Georgia, Moldova, and nobody
Yeah.
who can be next. So it's war not only about our city or our country, it's war against the whole world.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Lviv, Andrei Moskalenko, stay safe. There are lots of people depending on you.
Hey, look at that thing.
The war could force up to 5 million people to flee. The United Nations says at least 150,000 people have fled Ukraine since Russia invaded. Long queues of cars and many people actually on foot have been making their way to
Yeah, look, just hide, just get in.
Slovakia.
Just.
We caught up with one of them, Maria Romanenko.
My boyfriend and I have just arrived in
Didn't happen the last time. This didn't happen the last time. I destroyed the lock, then they spawned. You're here. Yeah, because of the... Obviously isn't. For me.
1 hour, 15 minutes. It took us 6 hours. We joined the queue
Yeah.
at the border from the Ukrainian side.
Pardon me. Yep.
Well, I don't know how many from there.
Ah, he's behind his shield.
Through the border. It was like literally 15 meters away from me or 20 meters away from me. At first took me, I think, about 10 hours to get to that gate and get through. That's just the first stage of crossing the border. There's 2 more. There were no toilets, no food, no water, and we had to go 23 hours without toilet breaks, water or food, and I didn't even know that my body would be capable to just walk and stand in the queue for 23 hours without any of this kind of things that would take us as a given.
As we crossed into Poland, what we saw was just incredibly heartwarming, surprising. It just really as you arrive, there's volunteers offering you food, all sorts of food, chocolates, things, and it's all given for free. And then there's also people driving. It's all mostly done by Ukrainians, and they drive each different town. They also offer accommodation.
Alright, get ready for some
See all these
enemies.
people, and after going through what you go through, it just really makes you want to cry.
Get ready for light bearers as well.
Just kind of, you almost feel that human factor again. So I haven't really had much time to process like events recently.
Yeah, there's an ogre, so.
But I still just know that I'm not escaping Ukraine. I know that I'll come back.
Alright.
I feel like my life is still there and I will come back. So I don't see it as fleeing or escaping.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that I will come back soon.
Maria, one of the world's newest refugees. Many have decided to stay, to remain in Ukraine, and some have made their way from their homes in the capital westwards to the quieter, what they hope are safer places. You may have read her story, incredible story, on the BBC website this week. Our colleague,
What?
Marta Chikava,
I can't
the
revive you.
editor of the BBC's Ukrainian service, has been telling me what it's been like for her as
Did
a
I?
working mother escaping war.
Oh, no.
I remember that morning when I woke up at 4:30.
No.
And I was shocked to see the message from my colleague in caps lock saying that Putin has
Doo-ba-doo-doo-doo.
And then my son woke up. It was really at that moment we were hearing the
Alright, don't place the rally banner yet. Well, do, but then don't go ahead yet. Just think, what weapons did we used to use for stuff like this?
explosions, and he couldn't believe that, and he was really shocked, and he was shaking. And I remember it was still dark, and we were sitting on the staircase. He put his coat on in case we need to go to the cellar to hide. We were sitting there on the stairs, and he was shaking. I was trying to get him to come down a bit, and at the same time I was working, texting colleagues and talking to them. And as time
Ascendancy.
went, I just thought maybe we
Overload
should have
and
a cup of tea, and
chain.
we sat there and had a cup of tea. He was so nervous and so really
Yeah, I see.
shocked that he threw up. And,
But this, I've got to change this, don't I?
he was so nervous.
What do you do at that point with your son? Because you want to be honest with him, but at the same time you want to reassure him everything's going to be okay. What did you do?
No.
See, what else could you do?
Well, there's not much you can do. Well, you can try. I was trying to hide my phone from him because he was overlooking my shoulder. And he was asking me all the time, Mommy, what's happening? What's going on? And I was trying to calm down him, but I was at the same time
Cozen. Cozen.
honest
Hey,
with him and say
just use this.
yeah, this is happening, this is war, and
It might not be ranged, but whatever.
it is, and it's hard, but you need to stay calm. And he said, yeah, I understand. So from time to time, I was trying to ask him to go to play on his computer or something, just to relax. But it was so heartbreaking to see him shaking, trembling. He was not able to eat properly all day, and he was not drinking. And I could barely push him to bed in the evening. I knew we need some sleep, so we went to bed, and everything was quiet. And we had some sleep, and then in the middle of the night, I woke up at 3 a.m. again, and decided to check up on the news and to see what's going on. And the news was so shocking. So I was lying in bed in darkness, and I was thinking that right now I need to make a decision what to do next, because I
Okay.
it's really dangerous to stay in Kiev, and I really didn't want to see him always shaking, trembling. He was really suffering. So I made a decision just we need to leave Kiev, and it's amazing how fast you need effort to do everything. Like, what shall
Okay, I did significant amount of damage on the wizard there. Well, we did. So yeah. Don't
It
get.
was a bit surreal morning the next day when we decided to leave Kiev and to go to the village.
Yeah.
We just were very lucky that we were able to have somewhere to go as well. Your piece on the BBC website that touched so many people.
safe place, or at least safe place for now. Basically, it's true, there's no safe place in Ukraine anymore because you hear news from all over the country. People are hiding in bomb shelters. People now are heading somewhere small, like villages or towns where their relatives live.
Ah, there's a moth in that wizard there, I think.
Explosions anymore, and
How did I not destroy that moth?
my son relaxed and at least for now.
I just wonder if you can explain what it's like when you see this happening so quickly. And it's almost like looking at the Ukrainian capital is like looking at London or Amsterdam. It feels so unreal.
I also need to be careful of the ridges,
Yeah, absolutely.
the edges of things.
Absolutely surreal. We were driving out of Kiev. It was lovely sunny morning, and
Well, that was an accident.
usually go to this place where
I don't think I could have used that.
for weekends. This day
Okay.
there was really a different feeling.
Drop. Leave the sword.
Really surreal. Everything was like always, but it was so different. And then when we got to this place, and I was driving past the mulberry tree, I remember the tree because I was picking mulberries in summer. It was so nice, so full of them, and I was picking those mulberries, and it stuck in my head this memory that I was so happy at that moment, thinking, I'm a happy person, I'm doing this, it's so warm and nice, this one wonderful Ukrainian summer. And this time I saw this mulberry tree, and I was almost burst into tears because I remember myself that
No.
very moment in summer. And now I'm here again, and I'm happy, but in a different way. I'm happy because I'm alone.
I'm calling Marta Chicalo, the editor of the
Oh my god.
Ukrainian service there.
Also, is there a light bearer there?
Children. One of them is still there, your daughter.
Okay. Suppressor grenade. Okay, there we are. Blistered Knight is being suppressed. Take him out. I know. I said blistered. Because that's what he was, a blistered knight. I shut the wall. Oh dear, this is going to be terrifying. Oh. I turned it. Oh my god, I didn't realise you were there. Yay. Then break this lock. The lock is below us. Wow, these swords act different to the others, so then drop it. On.
Olga, do you see hope in the darkness?
I have to say that same thing.
I see him, he's a sentinel.
Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian armed forces have outperformed anybody's expectation, including, I suspect, their own. And they need ammunition, they need...
They'll drop the sword or keep it.
Supplies, they need body armor and helmets, they need all of these things.
Alright, watch yourself.
To them. So I think, and the Russian people need to learn what
Should I use Ascendancy on him?
it is being hidden from them, and I think that's...
Or a suppressor grenade?
That's kind of my bottom line here.
Very briefly, how does this end?
We do not know how it ends. There is our best case scenario that would have seemed a complete impossible miracle even a few days
Should I use my super on the light bearer?
that the Ukrainians forced the Russians
Should I use my super on it? Or should I wait? Because he's more swift.
nightmare scenario in which this in one way or another leads to a nuclear war.
Alright, he's out of his super, I think.
Short of that, in which Russia occupies Ukraine, and that's
Okay, where are you? You're where?
Ukrainians, first of all,
You're
and
there.
Russians second of all. And there are so many things in between. So,
I need a good shot.
hope for the best case, because I think the one thing that we've seen in the last 2 days is that it is actually possible.
Just to let you both know, actually we're guests
Okay, this is gonna get scary.
Tell your guests we are all finding this hard to hear. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Wow.
Attention to this. Thank you especially to our two guests of weekend.
No.
Olga Oliker from the Central Asia Group from the International Crisis Group. Marussia Lutsevich, head of Ukraine Forum, Russia and Eurasia Program at Chatham House. Thank you.
I'm hiding beneath. Okay.
There'll be more on the BBC World Service throughout the day. Do
Safe to move.
That's been Weekend with me, Anna Hart.
Did you kill the light bearer? No, I didn't. Should I use Mr. Burnham? Moving back.
This is the BBC World Service.
Much nope.
Everything was done online, so no one ever met face to face. Identities were stolen, the impressive client list was a lie, the portfolio of work was plagiarized, the employees never got paid.
Everyone had done lots of work.
Who was behind it all? Jobfished at bbcworldservice.com/documentaries. You're listening to the BBC World Service. Following events, Ukraine, radical changes to our schedule. Next, we are bringing you an edition of
Nice.
that BBC here from our room correspondent at bbcworldservice.com. This is the BBC World
No, thanks for the heavy ammo.
World's biggest station.
It's 9 o'clock GMT. I'm Jackie Leonard. This is the newsroom from the BBC World Service. Sirens again rend the air in the Ukrainian capital as the Russian onslaught goes on. Here's President Zelensky.
Last night in
Whoa.
Ukraine was brutal. Again shooting, again bombardments of residential areas, of civilian infrastructure.
A missile attack on an oil terminal on the outskirts of Kiev has caused a massive explosion with flames lighting up the night sky. We'll hear from a Kiev resident.
A lot of bridges are blown up and roads are destroyed, and we just don't know from which direction Russian troops will come.
And Russian news agencies are reporting the Kremlin says it's ready for talks with Ukraine in Belarus. We'll hear from Moscow. All here on the newsroom from the BBC
He's suppressed.
in London.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. Combat between Russian and Ukrainian forces is continuing.
That's suppressed enough, I guess.
Enters its fourth day. The head of the regional administration in the eastern city of Kharkiv said Russian-like vehicles had entered the city and fierce fighting was taking place. He urged civilians not to leave their places of shelter. There have been other flare-ups across the country. The BBC's James Waterhouse is in Kiev to give this update.
Heavy fighting between Kharkiv a few hundred miles from here.
What the hell? Oh no! Ah!
Forces, the invading troops also
Hell.
destroyed a natural gas pipeline as well. So there is fighting there. There's been fighting to the south in Vasilkiv, in a city nearby, where a missile has reportedly hit an oil depot, and there were worries about toxic fumes being spread. There were pictures of a really aggressive fire and smoke billowing out of there. And then if you go further south, there's a city called Novokrathovsk, which is apparently been taken by Russian troops as well. And the Ukrainian forces have made that announcement. So that suggests that President Zelensky's long-held worries about this advance from the south from Russian troops is being realised, and this is the city continuing to find itself under pressure.
Zelensky has accused Moscow of deliberately bombing residential areas as Russian forces sought to advance into Ukraine overnight.
Oh, Sparky.
Have been brutal with continued shooting and bombardments, including of
I know. Although he was feeding his children, his thing went kaput.
to the people of Belarus. He said Moscow was using their territory to fire rockets into Ukraine, as he put it, killing our children and destroying our houses. The president said he was ready to hold talks with Russia, but not in Belarus, as Moscow
All right.
proposed on Sunday, because Belarus was being used for the Russian invasion. He suggested that talks elsewhere could be possible. In a major shift of policy,
Right.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz says his country will now deliver weapons to Ukraine. Chancellor Scholz said Russia's attack on Ukraine marked a turning
I think I'm gonna try and use stasis.
will send 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger surface-to-air missiles.
So, what are you gonna do? Then?
An incredible shift in decades of German foreign policy, because so far there's been a consensus here that
You can go and farm. I'll try and do this for myself, like by myself.
was immoral, it was seen as the wrong thing to do, it would help conflict spiral out of control, it was illegal in many cases. That's all been thrown overboard because Germans are so shocked
Thanks.
by what's happening in Ukraine. And so far,
Hold on. Okie doke, let's try this. Wait, no, hold on. Alright, I'm back and I'm trying it again.
repel Russian saboteurs, covert
Thank you.
soldiers
I'll need it.
trying to take out the power station. There are thousands
No, it's okay.
of volunteers,
If it escalates the situation,
some nurses, some
nothing much that we can really help, can we?
the numbers that we have of people who have lost their lives is already higher than what I've given you, and it will just unfortunately keep going up. What isn't clear is how long this resistance can hold out for and what will close.
And James, we're getting reports today that President Zelensky has turned down an offer of talks with Russia in Belarus. What are you hearing?
Yes, so President Zelensky's given another address in his green military uniform, apparently at the presidential palace in the heart of Kiev, so he is trying to tell people, I'm not going anywhere. He's talked about a Russian delegation that's arrived in Belarus to the north, and he said he's turned down an invitation of talks for two reasons. The first being the condition that he instructs his troops to lay down their weapons, and the second being that is the direction where missiles are being launched. Belarus is a staunch ally of Russia. It's where Russian troops were gathering and where Russian troops have advanced from the north and have taken places like the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. They've been engaged in heavy fighting at the hospital airfields in the northwest of Kiev. And not just that, there are advancing troops from the south. So there's talk of talks. President Zelensky's made his position clear, but you speak to people in the war shelter, I don't think they're in any mood to engage in dialogue when Russia's only gambit has been to drop missiles on the city they live in.
That was James Waterhouse in Kiev. Well, the current situation in Ukraine is horribly familiar to Natalie Cameron. She fled her home in Donetsk in 2014 when the city was seized by Russian-backed separatists. She now lives in the eastern outskirts of Kiev and spoke to us.
Okay. What?
Worst so far, and we barely slept a few hours between sirens and actually siren is going on now. So the situation is
Whoa, where'd he come from?
but we stay home. Don't go into the shelter because I tried to give my daughter and mother opportunity to sleep through the night. But they were far from windows and couldn't hear sirens and explosions. It's obviously that now we can't leave at all because the situation is hot around us and everywhere in Ukraine. A lot of bridges are blown up and roads are destroyed, and we just don't know from which direction Russian troops will come the next minute. So it's not the time to move. It's better to stay in this situation at one place. So unless situation is clear in some way, we don't move.
That was Natalie Cameron in Kiev. Well, let's speak to independent defence and diplomatic analyst Jonathan Marcus now. Now, Jonathan, we've been hearing from Kiev and we hope to go to Kharkiv shortly. But can you give us a sort of overview of what's happening elsewhere?
But I think obviously there are Russian forces now in a number of cities, but one should be very cautious about that. Images we've seen from Kharkiv itself, for example, show relatively light Russian formations. In one case I've seen involving a firefight with Ukrainian troops clearly coming off badly, and the subsequent images show the Ukrainian soldiers picking through the abandoned vehicles that they left behind. Not in any of these cases have we seen what you might call the main Russian thrust entering urban areas yet, and that is up to a point a little perplexing. One wonders, are they held up by Ukrainian resistance? Are they held up by logistics problems? What actually is going on? So at the moment, it's very much, I think, the picture as of the last day or so. Russia not having achieved its immediate aims, its attacks stalling somewhat, and we're waiting to see whether a much heavier effort is going to be brought to bear over the coming couple of days.
Well, you say it's perplexing. It does certainly seem to be slower than might have been expected, doesn't it?
It's absolutely slower than might have been expected. I think remember there is both a military and a political dimension to all of this. Mr. Putin seems to have expected an ability to surround and seize Kyiv very quickly, the Ukrainian capital. That, of course, toppled the government and sent shockwaves through the country. Now that hasn't happened. Of course, days matter, because by now you already have a pretty significant battery of economic sanctions against Russia. I'm sure there are more. It looks as though they will obviously play out over time, their impact on the immediate. But, look at the other things that are happening. A sea change in German foreign policy towards Russia, a country that would not even sell weapons to Ukraine, but would allow the transit through its country of weapons from other NATO countries. Berlin's policy has completely changed. So, in that sense, things are stacking up against Mr. Putin.
And we will have more on that a little later in the programme too. Thank you, Jonathan. Do stay with us. We will come back to you before the end of the programme. This is the newsroom from the BBC World Service. Moira has been
Russian and Ukrainian forces are fighting for a fourth day of fierce clashes in Ukraine's second city, Kharkiv. President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russia of deliberately bombarding civilian residential targets in a manner last seen in Ukraine during the Second World War. And activists in Russia call for a fresh round of protests against Kyiv, exactly 7 years after the murder.
Oh no! Had to look away, didn't I?
Losh is in Ukraine's second city, Kharkiv, and joining us now. So we're hearing reports of street fighting, Jack. What can you tell us?
So yeah, I mean, this hasn't come as much as of a surprise to the large of which there are likely many tens of thousands. The signs were all there yesterday as tens of exchanges of rockets, artillery overnight coming in from the Russians, pounded the city, hitting many civilian areas, and that has been followed by videos emerging of Russian troops entering the city by foot in armoured vehicles. The working theory is that there might have been a pincer movement coming in from the northeast and the northwest, although it's not completely clear right now. My colleagues and I lost track of the number of air raid sirens that came in through the day yesterday and through the night. We all hunkered down in the underground car parks of the hotel where we're staying at, with a large group of civilians who also joined us. And again, it must be said that despite the menacing, ominous, extremely dangerous rumble of artillery and indiscriminate rocket fire above, the sense of total defiant calm in the face of that terror, and utter unflappability was pretty amazing to watch in the Ukrainians.
And tell us a little bit more about Kharkiv. How much pro-Russian sentiment was there in that city before the invasion?
Well, this is a Russian language city. There's a large number of ethnic Russians here. It's extremely close to the Russian-Ukrainian border, some 20 to 30 miles. So many people have friends and family living over the border. And there's been a free exchange of culture, language and people across the border for many years. This was also one of the powerhouses of the Soviet Union.
Could try and freeze them.
Factory, big tractor factory. People here regard Russians as their kin.
You're busy.
So it's even more shocking for them to now be bearing the brunt of their supposed kin's artillery barrages.
Jack, thank you. That was Jack Losh in Kharkiv. In a major shift of policy, the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said that his country will now deliver weapons to Ukraine and back the move to cut Russia off from the SWIFT international payment system.
It's not over until the vast red artificial intelligence sings. Bloody hell, Doctor, give me a fright.
Damien, just how significant is this shift, both in terms of SWIFT and indeed supply lines?
Why is it greasy? Why is my phone greasy?
Answer my issue first. I think it's safe to say this is one of the biggest shifts in German foreign policy that modern Germany has ever seen, and it's happened very quickly. Until now, until that announcement last night, the official German line has always been diplomacy over military moves, and it's in many cases been illegal to supply arms to a conflict zone. It's even been illegal to allow German manufactured arms that have been sold to a third country for that third country to send them to a conflict zone. That consensus has been thrown aside overnight, and that's because the government and, according to polls and demonstrations that you see on the streets, Germans themselves are shocked and stunned by what they see in Ukraine, a country which is not very far away, and a country which feels very much like Germany.
Bless me. Why do I open my mouth all the way to sneeze? Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh. Oh. Right. Is that why? Is that why? Is that really why? That was a shit through. It was a really shit through. So was that? Never mind. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, what the hell? Ah! Slow firing. Fucking mind numbing. Oh, that's an okay through. It's doing damage. Why did it not reload? Oh, for God's sake, stop it. Stop it. Okay. The AI just purposefully turned to look at my ice, and then they destroyed it on purpose. What the hell?
So, Nick, tell us about the sorts of numbers that are coming through where you are.
What? Piss. No, no. Okay, something happened there. Did my microphone disconnect there? Ah. Well, the sound was coming through my TV there. Okay. Confusing. I didn't know you posted that. Yay! Hmm.
Nick, thank you. That was Nick Thorpe on the Hungarian side of the border. Let's turn once more to defence security analyst Jonathan Marcus.
Oh well, look at the time. Cheerio. No, I'm kidding.
The signs that Russia's apparently offering talks.
It's very hard to say. I mean, it's not clear how much that there really is in what's being proposed. I also clearly in the past, when we've heard from the Russians that they were stopping their military build-up,
Oh god.
there is a huge amount of
Oh god, here we go again.
misinformation out there. All the signs are that Russia's military operations on the ground in Ukraine are continuing, and indeed what we heard from Moscow yesterday was that they were actually going to step up their operations.
Fuck it, I'm bringing up Gabahorn.
Has to get something from this military adventure. It's very hard to see how this is going to end for either side. I can't see at the moment that we should treat anything that appears to be coming out at the moment as particularly serious.
And have you been surprised by how Ukraine has succeeded in bringing other countries into line on sanctions against Russia?
Well, look, there was a lot of talk about sanctions, obviously, in the build-up to this crisis. I think really what has been remarkable is the pace at which they've been applied, the scale and scope of the sanctions. Remember, sanctions are a weapon, if you like to call it that, that has a very different time scale to that of war. They will extend out over the medium term. But no, I think the solidarity of the West behind Ukraine has been a very important factor here.
Jonathan, thank you. That was Jonathan Marcus. A reminder of the main points at the moment. Russian and Ukrainian forces are fighting for a fourth day with fierce clashes in Ukraine's second city, Kharkiv.
Stop tapping Titan, tap on Vault, you stupid.
London will be back at 11 hours GMT. This is the BBC in London.
This is the BBC World Service, where Daryl Morris is investigating how and why we are being manipulated online.
Have you
specified items should not be claimed, so that we're using a shaming technique.
We'll meet designers, psychologists, regulators, and we'll find out what impact certain types of web design are having on users.
It creates a persistent sense of anxiety.
Should we be regulating to improve the ethical behaviour of those selling? Absolutely. But ultimately, we've just got to teach people to be careful.
An interface that forces people to make choices they would otherwise not choose. It's sort of the classic dark pattern.
Companies these days, in order to survive in the tech industry, have to ruthlessly design for growth.
Dark patterns at bbcworldservice.com/documentaries.
Hi, I'm Harry Graham. Welcome to Africa. Now, in 1996, after apartheid ended, South Africa was coming to terms with the decades of oppression. In public hearings, people like Janet Goldberg stood up to tell their stories.
We'd like to know, if possible, what actually happened on that day. Although, as I say, I know it cannot really think.
The daughters searched for truth and forgiveness in a divided country on Outlook Weekend.
BBC News with Mara Alderson. Fierce fighting between Russian and Ukrainian forces is continuing as the war in Ukraine enters its fourth day. The head of the regional administration in the eastern city of Kharkiv said Russian light military vehicles had entered the city and fierce fighting was taking place. He urged civilians not to leave their places of shelter. A Russian missile hit an oil terminal southwest of Kyiv. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Moscow of deliberately bombing residential areas as Russian forces continued their advance into Ukraine overnight. In an online video address to the people of Belarus, he said Moscow was using their territory to fire rockets and, as he put it, killing our children. He said he was holding talks with Russia, not sure whether to accept its role in the invasion. Separately, President Zelensky said Ukraine will establish a foreign international legion of volunteers to join the country's army to repel the Russian military. He said joining the territorial defense of Ukraine.
I'm an idiot. I should have been using Gallahorn from the start. I haven't passed it, but I just destroyed that witch in one shot. I'll just clear the rest of it. No! Heavy ammo gone. No.
Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz says his country will now deliver weapons to Ukraine, a major change in policy. Germany has also dropped some restrictions on German-manufactured weapons being sent to conflict zones. Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison has also pledged to provide lethal aid to Ukraine. BBC News.
In 1996, Archbishop Desmond Tutu formally opened South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
We are trying to unearth the truth about our dark past, to lay the bones of that past, so that they will not return to haunt us, and that we will thereby contribute.
No! No, 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 no. Crying out loud. Ooh, 13 deaths.
And come to terms with the devastation of apartheid.
Thank you. I'll then ask our first witness to take a stand.
Over the next year, more than 20,000 people will be involved, testifying and sharing their stories. It meant for the first time victims and perpetrators of violence and racism and human rights abuses will come face to face.
I would like you to confess before the commission that what you say is the truth, but in
What? No, no. Oh.
Stop banging the stuff, man. Oh.
Right.
Get angry about, man. Just fix it. Go on.
Just fix. I used both of them there. I shouldn't have used both. Ah, that's cheap. That is cheap. Xander. Xander.
Hello.
Hello. How did you complete the last chance mission solo?
Are you trying or do you need help?
I'm trying.
Alright, fair enough.
How?
How are you going?
I've died 14 times already.
Yeah, Legendary Campaign, as much as it is good, it is a bit of a...
Pain
how do
in
I
the
say
arse.
this?
Pain in the
Yeah,
arse.
pain in the ass. That's probably the best way to explain it.
Whoop.
Of course. Yeah.
The breach the apothecary wing. The apothecary wing.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Oh, that's
a bummer.
That's a doozy. Oi, Duck, how's this, right? I have 2,738 legendary shards.
You can get Hawkmoon?
Man, I can get more than Hawkmoon. I can get a lot of stuff. Also, apparently Gunsmith, Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit factions reward +5 gear, which I am doing now. Toxin, by the way, if you need any help with the campaign, just shout me out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Duck wouldn't mind helping either.
Oh, we tried. Believe me, we tried. We tried. Where's the sword?
Didn't
there's a sword.
go too well.
No. Wasn't too pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the sword gone?
I'll see.
The sword is despawned. Have I broken the game? Whoops. I think I broke the game.
And it was already broken.
Lol. Yeah, I'm using stasis.
You know what I saw when I was doing the campaign?
What?
A T-posing.
Huh?
I saw a T-posing Ikora when I was playing the game.
Shut up. No way.
Yeah, dude. In London, probably over like 5,000.
Nice vocals there, Xander.
That's instant, actually.
Yep. Whoa.
Jeez, duck.
Oh god. I'm glad they're done with the bloody ground pound boys. Damage.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm 3 seconds delayed. I had 2,738 legendary shards. 700. Yeah. Far out. My boy be grinding. Yeah, I saw that you were.
Oh, bollocks. He's gonna kill me there. No! Oh my god!
What raid? Oh, how'd you guys go? Oh, nice.
The entire VOG grid.
Yeah.
Hell. Are you having a party, Xander?
No, my someone's watching Dancing with the Stars.
Ah.
Yeah.
Xander, can I have some help, please? I'm in dire need.
Sure, I'll join you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whereabouts are you up to?
Destroying the locks.
Destroying the locks. Oh, yep, I know that one.
No. Just gonna cry. Just. No, I'm not.
For the locks. Any rocket launcher?
Galahorn.
Just because of the area effect damage. Yeah, Galahorn works perfectly.
It destroys.
Long range weapons besides your special. Your special should probably be a close range.
Fusion rifle.
Because you want a long range. You want a long range primary weapon just so you can deal with the ads before they touch you. Actually, we'll just go into the game and we'll see what's like, because I'm upgrading shit. Okay,
hey,
this one, you definitely want solar. Hey, you definitely want solar because of the wizards, and you want arc. What's that fusion rifle again? Is that hollow words?
Likely suspect.
What's that again? Is that void or arc?
The void.
It's void. Okay.
I'll need arc. Won't I?
Do you have any arc weapons?
Sand wasp, but that's an auto rifle. That's where he's going to be terrible. I'll pull stuff from my vault. It's okay.
Yeah, if you can't infuse it, it's fine. We can just run with what we got.
So what what subclass am I supposed to be using?
Sorry?
What subclass should I use?
Subclass Void is fine. Obviously with Void for Renault, but whatever you feel comfortable with. Like any that you feel comfortable with, you can run, basically. By the way, Duck, after doing Legendary, just going around Throne World never felt so easier. Like, I didn't know how many times I could one-shot freaking Acolytes. Oh, it felt so satisfying.
What about bows?
Bows are good, yeah. They can one-shot anything, regardless what difficulty.
Oh, that's good. Where's it? Oh, there it is.
Alright, we good to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Sweet Mother Mary Joseph. Ooh! What did you do?
If you come near me, I got an overshield. Nice.
Suppression grenade. That's not gonna reach it. He was dead. Hey, did something.
Nice one.
Has Duck ever told you not to be here, not to be a hero? He's told me to be that. He's told me not to be that before.
Yeah, I have a shotgun. Might as well use it. Okay. Gally the wizard up ahead. You can.
Wait, hold on. Alright, hold on.
Nice work. Okay, whereabouts are you? Because I never radar. Okay.
Beneath you.
Alright, just creep up. Wait, hold on. Okay, no more ads. Okay, be careful, there are going to be ads spawning.
Right.
Okay, this is where I need your arc.
Okay, hold on.
I don't really have time to hold on, but okay.
Aye. Yeah, sorry, it's a bow.
You can take it. It's okay, you can take it. Okay, watch out. Bubble on me.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Yeah.
What the global economy was facing just before the invasion was already higher prices,
Not much we can do, can is there?
gas that reflected up to a point concern what Putin might be doing.
Hold on, I might have an idea.
But also, of course, a very substantial increase in demand.
There you are.
You're just in. I think it was just because you're in inventory at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Just weren't able to help me. That's all. That's okay.
Monetary expansion and fiscal expansion, then you expect that demand to try and find a way to be spent. So the money will be spent on supplies which have been very hard to come by. And that has been a problem generally. So we've had supply chain issues, we've had pent-up demand that has caused quite a lot of commodities to go up in price. Industry is
Alright, you good to go?
one of the largest increases in their costs.
Alright. Don't change anything up now. Let's just try this out.
Right.
And that has been reflected, of course, in consumer price inflation and, in addition, unfortunately, to electricity.
Pardon me, sorry. Alright, Gala horning the wizard.
Nice.
That should have taken him out.
Hitting her so she doesn't regen.
That should have taken it out all the way, fully. Hey, you're running stasis, cool.
It's stasis pulse.
Oh, the stasis pulse rifle.
Yeah, headstone.
Oh.
Very nice.
So when the enemies die, a stasis sort of like what grave headstone thing summons.
Yeah. So precision final blows. Create a stasis crystal. Galley the wizard. You can. Yep, great shot. Alright, that will kill all the acolytes. Slowly come up. There's the knight. So that's arc. That's arc. That's arc.
So that's spiral.
Yes. Economically, sanctions, of course, hurt both sides. And there's no doubt that Europe is going to...
Alright, you can pick it up.
I'm being chased by a moth. Piss.
You're also gonna get...
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hide yourself. Hide yourself. Okay.
So people are already worried
Wow.
about prices going up, bread prices going up, and indeed more supply shortages in various areas, like, as you mentioned, car production, which has been hit quite significantly because of shortages of semiconductors anyway, and if you also affect the basic production,
Ooh, toasty.
then obviously costs go up, and
Did they destroy my... Oh, never mind.
the costs, the input costs for producers have gone up significantly, and we talk a lot about households.
Well, he's distracted. Do that.
Manufacturing, particularly energy-intensive industries, are suffering right now, and they're suffering. Yes, my friend.
Yes, there we are.
The pain would be twofold. It would be over here and over there. I was showing Russia as well.
Alright.
Oh yeah, we can't shoot out from that, can we? Hee
Effect on inflation a moment ago. Some people are now talking about 8% inflation at a time when wage rises are going to be less than half
Oh, come on.
that. What do you think the impact of that is going to be?
The focus now are assuming, of course, that gas and oil prices will be even higher than where they are at present.
Yay.
Alright, 2 underneath.
Oil above $100 a barrel to 105, and then it came
Where
back
is it?
again. So
Yeah.
No, then, okay.
in the 90s somewhere, but they could of course go up again.
Alright, that's one.
I've got 2 wolf pack rounds left.
Controls that have just
And then there's
save
also
'em. We don't
the
need 'em for
Titan.
this.
the banks are not getting the Russian banks are not able to be part of the whole system. But all that of course then means
Alright, focus
This is
all
behind.
attention on... Behind.
Yeah, there was one thrall behind. One thrall got behind.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep. Watch out for the...
2p, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Christ, he's far. Nice.
Okay, over down.
Right there. Should I use Wolfpack?
Nah, use Arc. You can?
It's short ranged.
I'm depressed.
Same. Oh, what the hell? Oh.
Okay, it's alright.
For God's sake.
Then.
Yeah,
Alright,
these things aren't very kind. Yeah, these things aren't very kind, are they?
That's all that we have time for this morning. No doubt we will be in a very different position again next week. Sky will continue to cover what is happening.
He's not dead yet.
Dead now.
Thank God. Really annoying me. Oh, hello.
Shit. That's alright. Arkham. Oh, you're kidding.
What happened?
That is ridiculous. I fell off the map.
No,
So, you gotta complete this encounter in 15 seconds.
15, what?
So you can't revive me. That's how we died last time.
Do. I'm trying. Come on.
Alright, time.
Zawardo. Zawardo.
It's completely my fault. It's annoying.
Zawardo. Oh, wonderful. Oh, there you go. Hello.
Alright, try again.
Let's get ready to try again. Yes. Haha. Oh, I'm invisible. I'm invisible.
Fire again.
Wait, where is he? There he is. How do they have an overshield? There he is. He's dead.
She's dead now.
Where do the mouse go? Got the moth.
If, like me, you love dogs and cats, then you'll want to keep watching because so many need your help.
I'm writing a whole bunch.
Twinkle was found tied to a gate. She'd been abandoned, left to starve on some trees in the terrible cold. She was terrified. If it wasn't the lassie, Twinkle might not have survived the night. And then there's little Minnie, all alone in the world with no one to care for her. Her skin had become infected.
Right shot.
That works somehow. He was moving. It was moving as well. So what the hell? There's a moth right there.
Very close, but not too close.
Within the parameters. Suppression.
No, wait. Wait till he gets closer.
Because we don't want to be like too far away from safety. No. And there we are.
No, because there's enemies that spawn behind us, so we don't want to move far away.
I'm the furthest out. Okay. Oh, sweet mother.
Please text Kurt to 70030 and give just £3 a month. Thank you.
Do you want to know what happened?
I already know what happened. I didn't have to see much.
I tried my best not to do that. Oh, sweet God. Oh God, just. So is that both of us? No. Yo, I've still got a token for you. So.
No. Stand near this, you'll get an overshield.
Yep. He's suppressed. Oh, thank God I didn't do that. I nearly did what you did, and he fell off.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, we don't want that happening. Save ammo. Someone sliced me at the back. Oh, it was you. What was it? I don't know.
You wanna do this?
Aye.
Alright, we've got the Lucent Hive now.
Those not already the Lucent Hive?
Lucent Garden, we'll say that. So, alright, for this one, we'll deal with the Ogre first.
Praise didn't need to use that, did I? Hive Lieutenant with a light. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back.
Go on top of here. Get on top, get on top. Alright, can you pick him off there? Up here? Don't like get him all the way down, but just like shoot him once. Go. Yeah, nice shot. Alright, try to pick apart the Knight. Not the Guardian, just a regular Knight.
Yeah. Where is he? Alright, I think I see.
I got him.
Oh, you shoot, yeah. I could have picked him apart with
Nice shot. That was a really nice shot.
I could have preserved that actually. He's got his shields, he's got his shields, he's got his shields.
That's alright.
Ow! Oh wait, did you do a sneaky thing? Did you steal his light? Oh, shit.
Okay, that's dumb.
Okay, we were suppressed. Suppression for suppression. Yep.
In here now.
There we are.
Toxin!
Yeah, I'm in here.
Okay, well I'm definitely lagging a little bit.
Yeah, okay, you're a quick boy.
Alright, your barricade apparently cancelled out suppression, that's fair. And that's a wipe.
It's getting a bit late. Well, not late, just a bit into the day, so yeah.
Want to go one more shot, or are you gonna head off?
Supposed to be going with my dad to pick up some kit, some like new clothes for the sport that I play, and then after that he's supposed to be dropping me off at my girlfriend's straight away. So.
Alright, yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah.
That's alright, mate.
That's okay.
This part's always tough.
Yep. Can you believe it that when was it? Yesterday, I waited for Duck and Liam to finish with whatever they were doing, and I was stuck on the part where it's got the scorn in it, and then those light beam things, the shining light that gives you your super back. That thing. I waited about 15 minutes Then I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself. Then I just finished it there.
Nice work.
I already died like 15 times or so. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice work.
Mhm. Alright, then, to you. Oh, thanks.
See you, Thompson. Good luck.
Thanks.
It's alright. I didn't really help that much, but.
You gave me a good thing to go off from. So.
Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strict curfew. Nobody is allowed to leave their homes other than to go to a bomb shelter in the event of an attack. So they can't even go out to get supplies from the shops. And that's because the security forces here believe that there are irregular Russian forces operating in the city.
Now I
That's
can't do
always a
that.
threat. You had the overt Russian advance on the capital, which hasn't made the progress that it seems President Putin had wanted. And then at the same time, these teams, these covert teams,
Might as well go to the tower first before all of that.
instability from inside the capital. And it seems that those are the teams that are being targeted during this curfew. And in fact, the UK's Ministry of Defence, which has been providing very unusually these intelligence updates during the course of the war so far, said in its most recent update that Ukrainian forces have been fighting what it described as the remnants of irregular Russian forces in the capital. It said that the fighting was less intense last night than the night before in this city. We actually, about 20 minutes or so ago, we did hear a couple of quite distant but loud booms. We've been hearing, obviously, explosions since this conflict started 4 days ago, but they've always been on the outskirts of the capital, most commonly, although obviously we have seen a number of civilian apartment blocks being struck as well. But it does seem that the main focus of the fighting today is for the second city of Kharkiv, which is in the east, and there have been images that have been appearing on social media showing Russian forces in the city. We know there's fighting taking place in that city. It's really important to note, though, that the Russian advance hasn't gone the way that President Putin seems to think it would have done. In that here we are, 4 days
1,000 deaths is not enough for Master at all.
of a single Ukrainian city. It really does show that the Ukrainian forces, the civilians as well, have put up this resistance that the Foreign Secretary said this morning to Sky News was
Well, that was a lie, wasn't it? Bloody.
hadn't expected. And this really is
This was supposed to be 15. Oh. No, that's 1503. Ah.
and uniformed Ukrainian armed forces. You've had the mass mobilization of reserves. You've also got this territorial defense force, which is basically civilians who have, like, for the past few months now, been taking lessons on how to fire weapons and how to deal with trauma in terms of injuries and how to defend critical infrastructure. It's a country that really was getting ready for a war they never wanted to fight. And also on top of that, you've had this extraordinary instruction from the government, or offer from the government to civilians to take up weapons, even if they haven't got any formal training, and to defend their country, even teaching people how to make Molotov cocktails. And in the most recent escalation of Ukraine's defence, there's been a call out for international volunteers to sign up to what's being described as an international legion for the territorial defence of Ukraine. And anyone who wants to do that should go and approach the embassy of the country, the Ukrainian embassy rather, of the country that they're in. It really does show the effort that's being put into trying to repel